time is it?
7:03.
Can we go live and say, the game is going to start delayed? Or do we think it's not worth trying to do that?
I think it's not worth trying to do that.
Fine.
It's on the loading screen. It's fine.
Excellent. I mean, how many times has Critical Role started late?
I don't actually care. I just felt compelled to see that as a...
Did you pick a thumbnail or?
Yes. As soon as Carlos pops in.
Can you toss these over towards where I can reach them?
I can test to see if my... Oh, I need to set up my
Here,
OBS.
I'm gonna throw that out.
Please.
Get it off the table. Why? Don't hit the camera. Don't hit the camera. Don't hit the camera. Don't hit the camera. Can my hair look less like crap? Just go all out. Just be like, my hair. You know what? This is literally what a squirt bottle of water is for.
I imagine they're for many things, but...
Why am I hungry?
Because food.
Because I don't think my body has realized that I've eaten yet.
Food.
My body's like, you're still hungry, and I'm like, I just ate a whole bagel. Yeah, but you gave us 3 square meals yesterday, and you only had a little bit for lunch today. And I'm like, but lunch was late, and I just ate a whole bagel. And 3 fries. 2 from Roderick, given freely. And 1 that I stole off of Ben's plate, don't tell him.
I mean... I don't care.
You don't?
Nor does Gwen really. Nor does Gwen really. They generally don't eat all their fries anyway.
I know, but it's the transgressiveness of the thing.
Oh, that's bonus points. Yeah, that is fair. This stream is going to be a little bit wonky with some random artifacts. Because this computer is not meant to do this much work.
That's fine.
But in theory, that is what Carlos will see. And then, except for that top left image will be him.
Will be Carlos.
And it will be infinitely repeating on his screen and not on the stream.
Interesting.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh.
So we should talk about extremely personal, deep felt, like deep seated. Like I think that kittens should
We're
be
not
haunted.
letting-
And we're live.
Hey.
Let me remove the Zoom thing until we decide to use it or not.
Best quality. The wiggles.
Ooh. This is my normal shoulder noise. I will warn you, that's normally what it sounds like.
No, that was like a good crunch.
Yeah, no.
I was like, that was a ooh.
I have a very crunchy shoulder.
Man.
I don't know what that
Two boulders
means.
hitting each other.
I hope that doesn't mean I have to replace it.
We're good.
We're live?
Awesome. We've been live this entire time that I've been talking about my shoulder.
It'd be nice if we could leave it in case
Should
we
I
bring in
cover it
Carlos.
so it's not just like us.
No, I think
just
it's fine.
hit the power buttons. The
We could
first
just
button.
have
It's the button
recursiveness.
closest to you on the bottom edge. There you go.
Aw.
Actually, that's probably
Then I
good
guess-
because I'm vain enough that I would have been staring at it the whole night long.
I was thinking
I
if
was
I were
also
in your
doing
place.
that.
Well, stare at the movie thing. That's what
Vanity
people do.
abated.
So,
Oh,
D&D.
we're actually live. You didn't play
Yes.
the intro.
Oh, yeah, well, no, because I had to move things. So, hi.
Hi!
Oh.
Do we want to just
Yeah.
pretend we're doing the intro? It's like cool music, like.
Yeah, you do the intro. Mercury's doing the intro.
And there's smoke
Should-
and names appearing. But first we've got Honey, played by Grace, whose pronouns are.
Like we said, professional amateurs.
Whose pronouns are.
She, her!
And then. More fog and more smoke. And then we've got Telavir, played by Roger, whose pronouns are.
He, him.
Should
Should we get you an air guitar?
Going down into the dungeons and there's more smoke. It's caused by a sword with the switch. And we go to my good friend Ashgar. Whose name I totally remember. Who's played by Gwen, whose pronouns are.
They, them.
And then
remember
we go
this.
to. Oh God.
Guinevere.
And then we go to. I can't go to the DM yet because he's not here yet. And then in the game, I mean. And we go to me, more smoke, and my name appears. It's Thistle, played by Mercury. Pronouns are any. Yay. And then we go. There's one more thing. It says character to be named yet, and that's played by Peter, whose favorite color is.
What? why would you? You know what? Peter will remember that.
Oh
It's purple.
no! So.
But also he, him, and I will be puppeting Dr. Oswald Typhoon because Carlos unfortunately wasn't able to make it to session today.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos's pronouns are he, him,
Yes.
as far as I remember.
And Dr. Typhoon is awesome.
And might be able to have him join via Zoom. I've got it set up. Just have to, turn it back on.
But we are managing expectations and making zero promises.
Well, no.
That.
I promise that some dice will be rolled. That's about all I can say.
Yeah.
Promise fulfilled.
So,
So that's it.
End of session. Good job, guys.
All right, handing it off to the DM.
last we left off, we took a bit of a hiatus. We're super excited to be back from hiatus. I don't remember the reason. Something unimportant.
Oh my God.
You know, I have this around my hand
You
to
can't.
remind me of what happened,
You
and
can't
some
fucking
reason.
do this, my dude.
But it's so
she
much
is
fun.
right there. The love of your life is right
I know.
fucking there. I know you
I
get
know.
lost when you stare into her
I-
eyes, but you can't have amnesia every fucking time.
All you need to do is remember the date.
50 first
I
dates.
don't even remember the date frequently. I just am smart enough to have put it in my phone and given myself 8 reminders. Anyways, it was April 30th.
Okay, I love you. Yes, it was. That was, maybe we shouldn't have said that on stream.
You shouldn't have mentioned it then.
That's fair.
Oh, yeah, because they're going to find you by your wedding date.
It's fair.
That was a wisdom save.
Good. All right, so where were we last time, DMO?
Well,
Thought you were going to ask where was the wedding.
so the wedding was at a lovely
No!
little place
Where are we?
on Earth.
But in Tiamarta.
In Tiamarta. You all were in the forest south of Vale, Rhine. Vale was a different campaign. We're not gonna...
Wow.
We're getting off to a strong start.
It's been 2 weeks, 4
It's
weeks.
been 2 weeks.
None of us have a
Is
brain
strong
today.
the alcohol that we're drinking, or?
This is
I wish.
just water. I might be better with alcohol.
Yeah, mine's strawberry lemonade. I didn't spike it.
I love how
We were in
somebody
the
said
forest.
drink.
You were in the forest.
In the
Oh,
forest.
that's the other announcement. If you are a viewer and you have severe arachnophobia, there is a very strong likelihood that spiders will be prevalent in this episode. Watch at your own peril. If they're very competent, they don't have to see any more spiders. So, like...
We're
That's a
not
strong
that
hand.
I
competent.
wish I didn't know
yeah.
that. But yeah, let's go.
So, like, there might not be, but, like, there's gonna be spiders.
What's everybody's stealth?
If I recall
I'm not
correctly...
stealthed today.
If I recall correctly, you all had a bunch of very poor stealth rolls that just passed the threshold of
I think that's
Yes,
about right.
and we watched
being found,
something walk
and
by
you
us.
saw some very large legs, like this big around legs,
Well, 4 out of the 5 of us saw.
move through just in your line of sight, and you guys had started sneaking in another direction.
I think we'd thrown something.
Yeah.
As the kind, you'd thrown some ball bearings
We did the
into
run
a
and
web.
dash. The throw and dash.
In one direction and moved in the other, and you guys have bought yourself a little bit of time with some cleverness. So there are two things that are going to happen. The first thing, because I am a kind and benevolent GM, I'm going to give you, and just got married, I'm giving you all a wedding present. You all have a point of inspiration.
Huzzah!
Yay!
I'm gonna draw a ring.
I don't have a pencil.
Where's
'cause I'm a
inspiration?
bad player.
It is
Thank
right above your
you.
proficiency bonus on your
Here,
character
Roderick,
sheet.
I'm on this side.
No,
Proficiency bonus. No, that's fine.
Well then, we both got up for nothing.
Oh, I saw you don't show my pencil.
Yes, but one of us could have gotten up
The
for...
other
Oh.
thing is, I'm going to let you all roll for your stealth
Again.
That's really not going to help us, but there we go.
Now, if I recall correctly, you had disadvantage because you have loud
Armor.
armor, and you have disadvantage because you are
I'm
basically
fucking
blind.
And I have disadvantage because I chose my melee armor instead of my stealth armor.
So, oh, no.
Disadvantage.
I'm a monk.
18.
Oh! Oh, that's not bad. That's for stealth?
Okay, so once everybody's rolled, we're going to go around the circle.
Just double checking a few things. I mean, you can talk. I just haven't rolled yet.
So, Mr. Dr. Typhoon got a 13 for his stealth.
I got a 13 too.
Excellent.
That's good for me.
18.
Ashkar?
That could be so much worse.
That's
Oh,
not a
yeah,
number.
that's a 12.
Not bad for plate.
23 for Thistle.
A 23. So,
The monk.
you all, having
have
been
disadvantage.
spooked by the large spider legs moving in the shadows in the darkness, have sort of crouched down for a little bit and started moving off in a different direction. And so far, it appears that you have not been noticed.
Did we pass web?
Oh, there was a lot of webs in
Okay.
that area.
I remembered that.
That's part of
but
why we threw shit.
Okay.
What
Did
was
we get
So-
stuck to
into a
web?
web.
One of you did. Yep.
Was it you?
Might have been
me?
me.
It was one of the two of you.
It was not me, so it's one of you. I think it
I
was you. I think it was you.
somebody to give me a survival check. You guys have the direction you're going. You have the direction that you guys have
One of us.
basically, after a day of traveling, have pinpointed the rough direction of the worst feeling way to walk into the woods, which is roughly where you guys think you need to go. And you've got a compass, so you've got the triangulation down. The survival check is to avoid spider webs.
I, in real life, I'm a master at this.
Go for it.
Is your character.
We're about to
Do
find
it this
out.
Yeah.
That is
Not
a 17
bad.
plus 4. That is a 21.
That's good.
Sissel don't like spiders, baby.
Alright.
I don't like how you said that.
So, as you start going sort of away from this region where you saw the large spider and towards your goal in the forest, a couple of things start happening. One, the frequency of spider webs starts getting thicker and still not easy to spot. The webs seem to be they're definitely not normal spider webs. You know, normal spider webs are more or less visible. These are
Shadow spider webs.
yeah, of a sort.
That makes sense.
The shadow.
The shadow?
Cutting it.
As you guys go further, you are starting to realize that going directly towards it is going to lead you further and further into denser spider webs, and it's going to make this harder. You guys have, or you could try and go around it. It's up to you to choose what you want to do, but you would sort of figured out this sort of navigation and what's going on there because you rolled so well, and you've done it without any of the group getting caught in more spider webs. Although there have been some near misses.
I'm gonna gesture to the 3 that can see, and then grip Televere by the shoulder and lead him into the huddle.
I'm not that blind.
So.
You kind of are. It's
Doing-
real dark right
He
now.
was
Yeah, I know, but like,
glasses too.
Oh.
Doing my best to whisper. So. If we keep going this way, we're definitely going to run into more spider web. It's possible we could go around and see if there's another way through. I don't understand how anybody whispers. This hurts so bad.
Just say words. Oh, never mind. It's a character choice. We're good.
Yes. Thank you, God. For trying to teach this little how to whisper.
My name is Dr. Oswald Typhoon.
Oh, yeah.
But you can call me God. I feel like that was in character.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry, Doctor.
no, that was definitely theater fucking up.
But, we have the rations and the time, and I'm more inclined to be as prepared as possible when we get to the center of this. So, I'm inclined to go around. It's only going to get harder from here on in through the spider webs.
I suspect that they are all around her hut.
I mean, not necessarily, because she had dogs in one area and spiders in another. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's the only thing that she has. Granted, we might go further around and find something worse.
I think that we should definitely try a different approach because I don't like spiders. And yes, the fresher we can be when we have to confront her, the better. But also, like, we also know that if we come up with something worse, if we're quiet about it, maybe we can go back through the spider territory.
I also have to say that if we have something where we can just straight up fist fight it, I feel better about that than trying to sneak through a bunch of webs where we can get stuck and tangled and poisoned and stabbed. You saw the size of those legs.
I did. I reckon that you are making a good call.
I don't want to punch a spider that size.
No.
while this is going up, I'm just gonna like halfway through just sort of like look up.
Oh, God.
Just
Are you kidding?
No, I'm fucking with you.
listen. Anything happening in general upwards.
Roll me a perception check.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
It was a 17 and a 3.
2. Oh.
Perception. 7.
Lucky.
Honestly, one of the feelings you've had for the last hour is like a vague sense of vertigo because it is so dark here that you can't. Like, you are having to be led by the hand and you are tripping and stumbling over stuff and.
But still being very quiet.
Oh, you're being very quiet and you're starting to get the hang of it, but there's this vague sense of vertigo where you start to get like dizzy looking up because there is just no change in anything.
Gotcha.
Who's guiding Televere?
You.
Probably.
All right. I just wanted to make that clear in case something happened.
We're like holding onto the tail end of your
At
stuff.
some point earlier
That's fair.
on, I had light, but I reckon that probably with the spiders, we opted for no light.
Yeah,
Does that
we
sound
went-
right?
we
Yeah,
weren't
we
going
got
with light
closer.
at
We
all.
got closer. We were like, no, we don't really want to attract anything's attention. It's
Yeah.
not a good scene.
So,
Bad news bears.
let's go around.
Super
Let's
spiders.
circle around. We'll see what's there. If it's more spiders, it's more spiders. We'll fucking deal with it. But in the meantime, we can maybe find something easier or something less Creepy.
You keep looking up. Can you actually see anything?
Not a goddamn thing, but it's just like it's got to be that way, right?
I mean, I'd rather have somebody who can't see anything looking up than nobody looking up. And I've got to keep an eye on this, or he's also going to walk into something.
Anyway,
Yeah, I don't have anything that can help with that.
southeast, and I probably point like northwest.
Oh, you almost smack. Like, if Dr. Oswald Typhoon wasn't a gnome, it would have been a full backhand. Luckily, just right over the head.
I just, like, lower his hand.
Shall we?
Let's go.
Are we creeping? We were heading north?
We're heading more or less due east.
Due east?
Yes.
Yeah.
So do we want to head north or south around?
Let's head north, because then if we have to break back to
Yeah.
town...
Closer to town.
Closer to town.
Agreed.
Okay.
It's also closer to where we saw the yes dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So, you start going. It's about an hour's worth of circling around this patch of webs. It is noticeably you kind of dove in a little bit, and then you can tell that by circling you are skirting the edge of something, but it takes you about an hour to circle around it.
Circle the spider webs, or circle the biggest, the big dark sad thing that we're feeling in our hearts towards that space?
No, it takes you about an hour to get past
The spiders.
the spiders and to be able to start moving in a direction that you are looking to go to.
No scope the spider encounter.
It is about... It's about lunchtime at this point in your travels. Kind of hard to tell time.
In the darkness.
But it's about lunchtime. You're still on the edge of the spider webs in territory that there may or may not be spiders, but you have sort of, if it is a circle and you're coming at it here, you have gotten a quarter of the way around it in an hour.
Do we want to go just a little bit further and see if we can get clear of the spiders?
The worst thing would be to be in like the in between, so we could hit spiders and yes dogs or whatever other terrible things she might have.
I wasn't even thinking about the possibility of yes dogs and spiders, considering those little bastards can just sort of hang out above the ground and not get caught in spider web, I would assume. Don't like that.
Nope.
Let's go.
Nope. Not good.
Do you want me to roll another survival?
I'm going to need another survival check, and I'm going to need another round of stealth checks.
Can somebody help me with the survival check?
Can I?
Yes.
Or
I don't
do you want
think
to have
I
the...
could.
Do you want to have the
I
survival?
could. I have.
I don't.
I'm not
If
proficient.
you're just assisting, you would get advantage.
Okay. My dice got stuck.
Oh, but actually that's okay. Because it's disadvantaged. So I rolled a nat 20, but it's a 13.
23 survival.
23 survival. Okay.
23 survival.
What was your stealth?
I'm rolling that now.
Excellent.
Oh no.
11.
12.
Above 10.
13.
18.
12. Exact same roll as
You're like
last
tugging
time.
the stick and like,
Same.
nope. Like, stop tugging my stick.
Like 11 and 12 is what I rolled
Oh,
last
that's
time. That's
fine.
what I
Okay.
rolled this
Oh
time.
my goodness.
So you guys are traveling a little bit further, going a little bit past the webs, and you're really like paying attention up, looking around, and you were at the front, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Does Televir also, since Televir is...
Televir's
led?
holding onto my staff and I'm leading him. Sort of like
If I
two
Yeah.
people
feel them
holding
like
us.
start to fall, could I just try and pull them back? a little
Yes, you also have to make one. You have to make it a disadvantage.
bit? That was fair.
That is going to be I can do math, 14.
Dex check.
Dex saving
save.
throw.
Saving throw. Oh. Psh. That would be wait, I can do math. 23.
Disadvantage?
Yes.
Nice. 14.
So unfortunately, the DC was 15.
Okay.
It feels like a sort of a crude rope net, but the net itself is invisible. Whoop! Up in the air. You jump back as you feel something happen in front of you, and you are now completely lost, blind, with no one around you.
Do you let go of the staff?
I imagine I wouldn't have. Do I feel them start to get pulled up?
Oh, the staff is yanked out of your hands. You can make an athletics check to continue holding to the staff.
Can I make an int check to guess what's going on?
In the
In
2
that
seconds that it's
reaction.
happening?
No.
Okay.
No. You feel the
You wanna
staff
decide
go
how
up very quickly, suddenly. Do you make a noise as you're getting pulled?
I went, whoop!
You hear, whoop! The staff gets pulled up. You feel something shift under your feet,
I've
and you
been
step back.
looking up for spiders, even though I can't see them. I think you've been grabbed by a spider. I don't want my friend to get yeeted into the oblivion. I am holding on.
Make an athletics check.
I would love to.
Make an athletics check.
Advantage or disadvantage?
No,
Advantage?
flat.
Great.
13.
Bullshit. Athletics? 8. Shoop. Got my hand here.
Swoop. You definitely get pulled off the ground a little bit. That's enough to, like, stumble. Like, you step back, go, whoop, stumble forward, and you are completely lost in the woods at this point. To everybody else, he's right there, but
This
you
was
have,
up
like,
here.
that's the sense of, like, how dark this is for you, is that just that much contact break, you can maybe hear people doing stuff behind you. You can hear maybe a creaking of rope above you, and you would all hear a little jingling of a bell.
Balls.
Is it, like, right near
Oh,
me
it's
or-
right above you.
I just try to clap my hand around it.
Yep, you clap it, and the bell...
Not clap, but, like...
No. And the bell quiets down.
What do we see, those of us who
Oh.
can't see?
Rustle of some leaves on the ground. The imprint of a net on the snow that was sort of sunk in the snow, getting pulled up, and then thistle hanging up in the air from nothing.
From nothing?
From nothing.
Like there's not a net underneath
You
it?
don't see a net.
Okay.
It looks like they're in a net.
Can I roll a Arcana check to see if that's a snare spell?
Sure.
I'm gonna just... This is not so much a DM thing, because you've described this pretty well. This'll, like, is sort of... Takes the bell in one hand and sort of feels around. It's like, this is definitely rope.
So you're having trouble, like, doing that and moving that because
Yeah.
you are like this. You managed to clamp it because it like
It's pretty tight.
and
Okay.
it spins.
So
And you got a light
it's-
spin to it. But yep, it feels like hemp rope, like thick, durable hemp rope. You're fully entangled.
24.
24. It could be. It doesn't give off that sensation, and it would be an expensive sort of trap.
How high off the ground am I?
You're like 2 feet under the top of where the bell is at the end of the where there's a couple of small little bells at the ends of the corners of this where they bind together. There's like 2 feet to the canopy, so you're like
high.
I'm up.
you're pretty high up there.
To the underside of the canopy?
The underside of the canopy.
Top of the canopy. Oh, underside of the canopy.
It's still like 40 feet.
I feel like I would have taken damage if it was the top part of the cat.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, spells I didn't take today.
Can somebody throw me a dagger?
Sure!
Can somebody who's not Televere?
It's like, actually, I could do you one better. I just start pulling out my crossbow. Going through the motions of loading the crossbow.
I'm like facing. I'm
nice
like
and
I
slow
can't
and
see you,
relaxed.
but I feel like I don't like what you're doing.
Oh no, that's a bad idea. People be able to see that.
Thistle,
I'm
Televere,
going-
you two have a high enough passive perception to notice this. You hear something. It sounds like a distant sort of bell
Something's getting close.
jingling. And then you think you hear a further away one jingle.
How
At
far
least
am
two
I
things.
actually from them? Because you said I was like 2 feet from the top,
So
the
you're like
bottom
2
of the canopy.
feet.
But like, how far am I from? Like, how loudly do I have to talk to be heard by them? Trees
You're
eat
like-
noise.
You're like 30 feet up.
So trees eat noise, and I have to like actually talk to be heard.
You
by
have to
them.
actually talk to be
and
heard.
not quietly either. So cool.
You could attempt to whisper, but and you can try to do it quietly.
Mm-hmm.
You certainly don't have to yell, but you have to actually project a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a stage whisper at best.
Yeah,
I'm going to attempt to throw Thistle a dagger.
sure. I'm gonna have you make either a ranged attack roll. No, or an athletics check, and then you have to make a dex save to catch it.
Or it could deflect missiles. I'm a monk.
Or you could deflect missiles. This works. Make a ranged attack roll.
While they're
Okay.
doing that,
Can I use athletics instead?
Sure. Here's what I'm saying. I'll have you do. You can do athletics, and
But
then
then I have to
and
do
then
the dex.
you'll have to try and catch it, or you can use the attack roll and you can use deflect missiles on it.
It's up to you. What do you think is more likely to get the dagger to me?
Well, my dexterity sucks, so...
You can use
athletics.
strength.
Oh, then I'll do the attack roll.
Yeah.
while they're doing that, can I get a sense of a direction on where that bell is coming from?
That way.
That way.
Same roll.
You think it's roughly towards the webs.
Great.
You
I'm gonna try.
know that it's roughly towards the webs where the bells were.
I'm gonna try and post up on something. Probably pull out my rapier, sort of do a sweep, see if I can find like a tree trunk. I mean, not hit the cameras.
You hit a vine.
Indeed, I did.
It's one of those creeper vines that
Is
tries to.
something-
Something's coming in a general.
No. You
direction.
heard a bell and then a bell going further.
Mhm.
Just to clarify.
Okay, so I heard something directly above.
So you
That
heard
is
the
what
bell
Mercury.
from the rope,
Mhm.
and then you, a little bit later, and it took you a second to hear it, you hear like a bell that's a little ways off.
Okay.
That's roughly the same timbre, and then a little bit further, and then you might have heard one a little bit further in sort of a straight line, going towards where the spider webs were.
Gotcha.
And then, and both of you heard this, but it is faint, it is up at the canopy, and
Can I ask? I'm on a single rope, right?
okay, so your standard like rope net thing,
Yes.
it's a square of netting.
Mm-hmm.
It
Bundles out.
bundles and goes straight up, and then as far as you can tell, it goes over.
It hits to a.
It
A
hits
pulley.
you something, but the entirety of the rope is invisible. You are
Yes.
assuming it is rope. Whatever it is fully invisible. The bells were not invisible.
Okay.
Which you noticed, and only you noticed as you put your hands around them.
Thistle assumes that this rope is attached to other things rather than somebody saw this and raised an alarm. So there's not much I can do about that. However, I can see if I get hit by this dagger.
Yeah.
What was your attack roll?
A whole grand 13.
That does not hit my armor class, but I am prone.
Probably doesn't even reach you.
So, a 13 is good enough. You're going to roll damage. You're going to roll to deflect it.
Yep.
If you do not deflect all of the damage, you just
Get
didn't
stabbed.
catch it.
Oh, okay.
No. I had a DC to get the dagger close enough that you might get it, and then I had and then your armor
And then my
class, and then your
armor
armor
class.
class
Nice. I like this.
it was too good. So
You roll the damage
So
first, so
you're-
I know what I...
Oh, please do let that not fall in my head. Please let that not fall in my head.
5.
A crossbow with my head.
I'll put my
You
shield over top
automatically
of both
do
Yeah,
of
I
us.
automatically catch that. I
You
don't know.
automatically
I
catch
can't do
it.
it.
5. So, on
So
the dice.
5 plus 4. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just like, I've got my hand out of like one little part of the net while I'm holding on the neck. Okay. My plan, because I don't have slow fall yet, is to sort of cut out the side and try to get up on this invisible rope. No,
you get
'cause
slow
it's
fall
high.
at 5 or
4.
you're level 4.
We're level 3, I thought.
We're level 4.
We're level
Level
4.
4.
You have slow fall.
I have slow fall.
You can level as soon as you're out of the net. You have slow fall.
Wow, cutting myself out of this net made me feel more powerful and also less affected by gravitational pull.
Well, I mean,
Let's
sometimes
go.
you gotta, like, really try something before
Yeah.
you know it.
What goes up must come down.
Slowly, hopefully.
Slowly. Alright, I start
Feel
cutting
from the
myself.
wind.
I start cutting myself out. I'm gonna cut the bell off first so that I have that
Yeah.
and have it like quiet.
Fairly easy enough to do. From what you can tell right now, there's 4 tiny little bells. It takes a little time to do that and cut them off. And then it's going to take you, I'm going to say it's going to take you like a minute to safely cut yourself out.
Okay.
Actually, roll me a d20.
That's an 18.
It's going to take you a minute.
Cool.
And that one was bad things were going to happen, which slow fall would make it less bad. Anything a 10 or lower was going to be 5 minutes.
Don't ruin the mystery. Okay.
And
So
18 was good. Was just good enough.
that's right. Make me feel accomplished, baby.
It takes you about a minute to cut yourself out, and then I'll let you describe how you want to lower yourself down in a second. What is everybody else doing over the course of this minute?
So
After trying to... telling you, and I suppose you as well, but you were a bit distracted, that sound was coming from that direction, we should expect things in that direction, and then just trying to find a position to poke up. And then you post up, and you said, Grace.
I've got sword and shield out because if he said that something might be coming from that direction, I'm ready for it.
Okay. Dr. Typhoon is going to kind of move to the other side of the clearing as the direction you pointed in, and sort of duck behind a tree and just kind of peek out.
Do we want to try to wait for it in the tree?
I think we should wait for our friend to get down and get the hell out of here.
Agreed. I think we should try to avoid conflict if at all possible, and if we're not here...
They are getting down, right? Are they just dead? I can't see them.
They are coming.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You just see
Ashkar will pull out their shield.
you just see something wiggling up in the trees.
Keep wiggling.
Yeah. The minute passes. You guys haven't noticed anything?
Basically, how I'm getting out of here is that I'm still cutting out the side and sort of keeping myself braced almost hammock style in the little cocoon that's left. And then when it is done, instead of cutting straight down and just fucking falling, when it's done, I can sort of balance myself, get my feet in the right place so I don't break my neck or my ankle, and then just sort of like roll out and then drop. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll out so I'm grabbing it and dangling it from it and then drop. Now I'm expecting to hear bells. It's in so much danger. Bells going out as I leave, and the tension sort of rattles it.
So you're very careful as you're cutting it out. When you drop free, specifically you because you're listening to it, and you as well, hear that same jingle of bells going. It seems like it's every, 30 feet, perhaps. There's another tiny little bell or something.
Okay. Can you roll fall damage for me?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
There's enough snow, even under the
Right,
tree
I've grabbed
canopy, there's
snow.
enough snow that with your basic snowfall, or slow fall, you're fine.
Can I say that I land right next to Televere and just like...
Yeah, you are right next to a tree. It's the tree that was closest to you, the one that you were most likely to fall yeah.
Yeah, so I just right next to him like... Okay, that sent out another bell, so I feel like we should head...
What's your AC?
15.
Did you roll disadvantage?
I've rolled a, am I going to attack the thing that just dropped down next to me?
Okay.
And, okay, at disadvantage, that is a 2 to attack with probably, like, a open hand strike. So I just suddenly, oh, shit, what was that?
Oh, an open hand
And, like,
straight?
Like, elbow onto the tree trunk and just smash
I just
my elbow.
catch your
was
elbow.
Thistle. It was Thistle.
Got it.
God damn it.
Watch out, there's a tree there.
Thank you.
Let's get moving.
Yes.
My vote, we head in, because I think this goes around. Or
Yeah.
possibly goes around.
I think you're right. Let's go.
In. Let's
In.
go.
What do you mean by in?
Like
Towards the
Into
center of the
center
circle.
of the thing.
Towards where
As
the
As
bells
opposed
go.
to continue. You
No,
said
the
it
bells-
was back the way the spiders
No, the
were.
bells go directly towards the center of
I've heard
the
back,
spider area.
Yes.
which is the way we came, but that's not the circle.
Okay.
You said
No,
there was
no,
a
no, no,
circle
no.
and we were
Give
getting
me,
out of
give me the
spider.
coasters and I will demonstrate. Sure.
You take the coasters away.
Well, I was gonna draw them out.
No
too.
coasters for you.
Come on.
That
This is
dark and hard to see against the thing. That is better.
the
That is well.
the radius of bad feelings.
Yes.
You guys started somewhere around here
Mm-hmm.
and are walking towards the center of it.
Yes.
You guys ran into a
Spiders.
web of spiders.
So we ran into a web of spiders. I'm doing it not here because that way it can be seen.
And then walked around the web of spiders.
Okay, my understanding was
we were doing
this is the circle. The spiders were here, and we were getting around them that way.
You don't know what the shape of the spider web is.
I thought it was
You
going along.
you
the
started
same circumferences.
going around the spider area,
Uh-huh.
and now you hit a point where you do not go. The line from the center to where you are does not cross deeper into spider webs.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
But the bells go back into spider.
And the bells go back into spider.
yes, so we're saying go into the center of bad zone.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah,
Cool.
which is not towards the spiders, which
Fine.
is not the way the bells were going.
Okay.
Was what I was trying
So
to do.
I'm going to suggest that we say go towards the hut, because we're assuming that the hut is at the center of the bad
That's
zone.
right.
Yes, we are
This
going
person
towards
So
where we
so
imagined the hut
I'm
is.
going to request that as a table
Center
we say
is hutwards.
hut words,
Hut words.
and then
outwards.
Like a
Yes.
good friend Hetchaldine.
I
because
have to go open the dishwasher so it stops beeping.
because otherwise this will happen at least 4 more times this hour.
Okay. We can just pretend we don't know it's a hut because we just knew that we were trying to get to where this person was.
No, you
And
were
honestly-
told that her hut. You were told about her hut by
That's fair.
what's his
I
name?
don't remember it, but that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Please
Dumb.
tell me her name is Java.
No.
Because that would make me very happy.
You don't know what her name is.
copyright infringement.
So is Hetchaldine, probably.
Yeah, but I feel like
I don't
one of
think
those
they're
is way more recognizable than the other.
Okay.
Yours is a lot more litigious too,
So
given what they get away with in game.
so
So.
you guys are heading towards the hut.
Yes.
Okay, epicenter, yes.
So
we are heading
can
towards the
I,
hut. Upwards.
Ashkar would like to go at the rear, trying to hide our footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb question. Can I use mending to try and hide our footsteps?
Broken the snowfall.
Doesn't mending take
Okay.
like a minute to cast?
Here's the good news, bad news on this call.
1 round. No, wait, that's the wrong spell. Instantaneous.
No. That's the spell duration. The cast time is a minute for mending. It's going to take you
Right.
twice as long, but the answer is yes.
Probably we want to move quickly. I'll
Yes.
just...
Speed.
But
Yeah.
I will give you that option if you wish to use it. But it's going to take.
Oh.
Apparently, there's an
Amber
alert
alert?
of
Yep.
some sort.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry for your ears.
Aw.
What?
I
Oh.
mean, they
No,
just made
yeah.
me sad.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I thought it was based off of my sentence and.
Sorry for your ears.
Aw.
I'll
Yeah,
just
keep
use,
cheese.
like, a pine branch to try and sweep our path.
Obscure.
So yeah.
Makes
Give
it
me
nicely
a survival
scented.
check for that.
I can help you with that. I will help
And
with
then
that.
somebody else.
Okay.
You know what? No, you guys had a really good survival check. I'm not gonna make you roll another one. I'll keep the 23.
Thank you.
Alright. Not bad, not bad. That's gonna be a 21.
Yes, the deadly sharp dice.
These aren't the deadliest
Okay.
dice.
Nope,
Pretty
21.
sharp.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm looking at that D4 and imagining the caltrops I have in
So-
my bag.
Hey, wait a minute. I will raise you 1.
I've derailed this so thoroughly.
Where is
We're a
it?
very focused group.
Okay.
I wish I
Well,
So
here's the
you're
easy
able
version.
to do that. It's fairly clear that the
Every time, Grace.
something passed through here because the snow is broken. It is not pristine. But by using the branch, you're able to fairly thoroughly disguise it, and it looks like you've made it look like there has been fresh snowfall over the path that was broken through. Consistently. It slows down the travel a little bit, but not a lot.
And depending on what comes, if they have low enough intelligence, they might not even pick up on it.
There's a little bit of a give and take. You could have something that's dumb enough that goes, "This is different," and follows it, or
Something dumb enough to be like, smell.
but
Yes,
you actually to a trained tracker, they would have to be very good to pick up on the fact that the trail has been covered. They would go, "Oh, someone went through here a long time ago. This can't have been the way they went."
So yeah.
Probably we could have been doing that from before, but hey, you know what?
Better late than
You
never.
think of things when you think of things.
We were doing
Like my orb
speed
of
so long as we
direction?
weren't unnoticed. But
Yeah,
now
I wasn't
we're
gonna bring it up
unnoticed,
this time.
So.
Yeah, I did it for you.
You
Towards
guys
the hut.
continue along.
Towards the hut. Hut, hut, hut.
I continue guiding Telavir.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
I will now be watching very close behind, so if that something were to happen to you again, I could grab you and be like, "You're okay."
You guys actually go for another
We're seeing
hour.
Imo.
You guys go for another hour or two without seeing anything. You guys are somewhat away from the webs. I need you to roll me a
A wisdom saving throw.
Constitution save, please.
Oh no! Oh man, that was so close to being a 20.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a 10.
So you have a choice. You can either take a point of exhaustion, because you have been the one at the front breaking through heavy snow for like 6 hours at this point, or somebody else can take the lead.
I'm gonna.
Because you are at that level.
I'm gonna pull us into a quick little huddle.
The other option is you guys could take a short rest.
Yeah. My legs are killing me. Can somebody else tag into the front?
I will. I'm big.
I mean, no argument there.
That works.
I hand you the pine branch.
Take the pine branch, and I guess
You are.
I'm done.
You're,
I
you're,
hand Grace the
you're,
pine branch.
you're
I
done
have
with
to
survival checks for the day.
okay. I hand Honey the pine
You
branch.
also
right.
can't assist in survival checks for the rest of the day because you have been at the point for
I
like
am
6 hours.
purely
Do I?
seeing
Yeah.
eye.
What
Yeah,
is your
so I'm a
survival
seeing eye
one?
monk.
You can still
it's
have a
plus
seeing
2.
eye monk.
Okay,
That's
I'm plus
fine.
3 in survival. Should I be at the front, maybe?
It's still worth it to have your survival covering the back.
Honestly,
I just-
I'd prefer a back trail being covered.
Cool.
Yeah,
I
we
will be
can
in the
fight
back.
anything we run into. I don't want something sneaking up on us from the.
I can do that.
It's been
Happen.
so bad recently.
New survival checks?
Dr. Typhoon will assist you. You have advantage, but I do want to know what both rolls are.
Okay.
Ooh,
That's an interesting collection.
Ooh.
So, the low roll is a 4, and the high roll is a natural 20.
Nice.
With my survival, it would be a 22 and a 6.
Oh no, the DM's taking notes. That's when you really need to worry.
Oh no!
Can't believe we're lucky.
With the extra +2, it's not 420. It's 422.
Yeah.
622, technically.
Oh, that's even less a good joke number.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry to disappoint.
That's okay.
Disappointed.
Can you roll me an insight check real quick?
Insight.
Yep.
It's today's date. Not
Today's the 10th?
17.
Unless you mean in-game, in which case it's a Tuesday.
It's
Honey.
always a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I never did get the hang of Tuesdays.
Dr. Typhoon is almost not a help. He's just not very proficient in survival and keeps pointing out ways that are look like they might, at first glance look like they might be a good way to go, but like you've done this a little bit before. You know that like, oh, there's likely a snowfall in the roots of the trees there, so if like you snuck closer to the trees, you might get in trouble. And so he keeps giving you this advice that's a little bit condescending and a little bit like, oh, we should definitely do this. And it's just it seems well-meaning, but it's just bad advice for this situation.
The worst kind of bad advice.
Yep.
Well-meaning.
I
mean, it's true.
No, I'm laughing at my really bad notes.
Oh.
Which currently read, we avoid the spiders, and then bells to Spider Town.
We thought we escaped the spiders. Ding dong, we were wrong.
So you guys keep going. The day drags on. It is cold. It is exhausting. I would like everybody to make me, as sort of the travel day ends, I want everybody to make me a... we're going to do a charisma saving throw.
Oh.
And this is against a fear effect, if you have any bonuses against that.
That's a good question. Do I?
That's
Charisma saving throw.
No, I don't.
Oh, good.
You do not have disadvantage.
That's great. Doesn't help.
Oh, man! Crap.
It helped more than that, but not by a lot.
It's a nat 1 for me, and I have high
Ruh-roh.
charisma.
Okay, so let's go around. You had a nat 1
Yep.
for a total of...
Charisma saving throw?
Yep.
That's an 8.
Dr. Typhoon also got an 8.
I got a 21. Rolled a 19.
I got a 3.
Okay.
Ruh-roh!
7.
Oh, no.
You and I are great with the fear effects.
Oh, yeah.
I keep
So-
wondering if I...
There's no actual
I think it's Gilead.
physical difference that you can tell once the sun goes down, but other than the temperature in the woods drops pretty significantly. 4 of the group are just stricken with anxiety. Just looking over your shoulder constantly. Every time the wind rustles something in the trees, or natural noises of moving through, or the lack of normal animal sounds, it has been grinding against your nerves, and you are starting to get stressed out and anxious. I don't necessarily know how your characters are going to react to this, but sort of things like you're being sort of snippier to each other. There's just tempers are short. You are not fully under the frightened effect, but
Starting to get that way.
you are starting to get that way, and the major penalty for this, if you have failed to save, is that the first hit dice you spend on a short rest healing is always a 1.
Ooh.
Wait, say that
For
again.
each short rest or the
For
first one?
every short rest. Until you are no longer afraid by the atmosphere here. The first hit dice you spend in any short rest
Will be a
is
1.
automatically a 1.
Okay.
Yikes.
Now,
Right.
you roll all of the other ones you roll, but the first one
Is a 1.
is a 1 because it is hard to
Be able
to
rest.
relax in the course of an hour with this just tension bunched up.
Alright.
I am going to remind you guys, because I'm kind of benevolent, that you do have a point of inspiration, and if you would like to re-roll it now, I will allow it. Normally, you're not supposed to re-roll this, but...
No, I'll take it.
Okay.
My charisma is not going to be much better, to be perfectly honest.
You hit dice, you have 1 for every level, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright, that's the one
And you
thing
get
I...
half of them back
didn't
on a
get.
long rest.
Right, no, I know. I
I
just was thinking
think-
that, I was like, I should have more than 3. I should have
That
1.
reminds
just
me,
did
I should
that.
add some stuff on.
We should get to cover, I think.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yes.
It's late and that's not a bad idea.
You've
just
had
to
a
recover.
terrible day.
Yes. Cover.
You've had no light for the latter half of the day.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Not the first time in my life. Yes. Cover.
Let's see.
There's
what we
not a
can
lot of
find.
great spaces to find cover here, other than just wherever.
But we do have a tent of...
Yep.
Okay.
Going off of the multitude of very high survival rolls that you guys have done this session so far, you are able to find a sheltered thicket with a small entrance that you can sort of all easily crawl through that is disguisable with the snow. And inside there is what was a very, very large tree. We're talking, there are some very large trees in this forest. So this one is probably about the size, the trunk is about the size of this table, corner to corner. And at some point in the distant past, this tree got infected with,
That's
got the fucker.
smarted.
The tree got infected with some sort of beetle or struck by lightning or something, so there is a big hollowed stump that you guys were able to find your way inside, and it is very sheltered.
Fantastic. As we're pitching the tent, I think as soon as it's up, I'm gonna go in and take everyone's gear and try to get it stowed and make a hot meal.
Are you going to create light for yourself?
You said the tent has a basic illumination inside of the tent.
It does.
So inside of the tent I can see.
Yes.
So, gonna try and make some hot meal of something.
You are easily able to do.
I'm going to take the time to ritualistically cast alarm around the tree.
Who are you setting? Who are you allowing? Are you allowing an exception for the people, for the group?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna just fire off a divine sense, just for shits and giggles, and because I have 5
What is that
left.
trigger again?
Oh.
Undead, celestial, and
Fiends.
fiends. Okay, you're fine.
Okay.
Nothing.
I'm
Actually,
gonna,
hold on a second.
while he's
Excuse
rolling
me.
that, I'm going to sit in the tent with Televere, and just if Televere
Nothing.
asks for a hand, I help. But otherwise, I'm just sort of resting my legs.
You're tired, but you feel good. You have definitely picked up on the fact that everybody has gotten
It's
snippier
bones,
and
yeah.
snippier and snippier and are more and more. Oh, hold on a second.
What?
Oh, Dr. Typhoon is fine. It's he had advantage and I didn't roll for it. So the three have been getting snippier and snippier, and Dr. Typhoon has not been helping matters necessarily with a lot of his advice that he's been giving out. But yeah, that's sort of the situation.
Do you want to hand Televere? I think
I'm fine. It's fine.
I think a hot meal will go a long way and some light.
Continues working, kind of piss off in glee.
Thistle wishes that they drank just so they would have alcohol to share. Because it feels like that would have helped.
Do you make a comment about that?
No.
Okay.
Thistle does not make a comment because Thistle does have an alchemist kit.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
But Thistle does not really want to get into alchemy in this tent in a tree and a tree in the dark hole and the dark hole's in the valley.
Oh, God.
Have fun, you motherfuckers. I've inflicted it on all of you. That was so close. Don't move it.
So
Camera hit!
Doesn't count as deliberate.
is there anything that anybody else wants to do before
Set
you
watches?
take your long rest?
Oh, set watches, yeah.
I'd volunteer to do it.
I'll go
but,
first.
I don't think
Why
I'll be
don't-
able to help
I'll take
much.
middle. Why don't I go first?
Are you sure about that?
Mhm.
Because you're real tired and
My legs are tired. I can stand and stare at a tree for a little bit.
all right, then
You
I
guys
will
look like you really need a nap.
I'll take middle. Last then. Typhoon, where you coming in?
I can take the last watch by myself.
No,
I think it's better that we have two people on the middle watch.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. We could do that.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
First watch.
Ashkar just kind of like grumpily takes their armors off, scoots himself in their sleeping bag, and goes to sleep immediately.
What do you make for your hot meal?
It's probably nothing real special,
That's fine.
but like I mean, there's
Porridge.
the river, so I imagine we probably have like some smoked fish.
Yep.
Basically, sort of like heating that up.
The river was basically fully frozen over. You're not
You
allowed
have nice
anymore.
fish. Like
the
smoked
river's
fish.
nearby, so our rations would probably
Oh.
include
Yes.
smoked fish.
Yes.
I
Not
underst-
we went fishing.
I understand.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, you're able to make something
Like smoked
easy.
fish and some greens and like probably a rather sad grain.
Yeah.
One
but
sad popped corn.
I was thinking one very sadly wilted lettuce.
A single popped
A
corn.
single grain.
It's very meager, but it's the kind of thing that when you're feeling that bad and that cold and that exhausted, it tastes like the best goddamn meal of your life.
Nice.
And for two of you, it needed more salt. You know, like it's great, but like it's just. You keep hearing the branches scrape against the tree trunk of the bushes and things, and you just
I don't like the dark.
I passed. I don't know why you keep looking at me.
because I'm doing this sweep,
Oh, I'm
And
the
you're at the
last.
end of the
yes,
sweep.
yes. Okay, that makes sense.
right?
Apparently, DMing is like being a lawn sprinkler. Sorry. Yep.
The sweeps.
And the creeps.
Yeah.
Speaking of the creeps, who was first to watch?
Me, because I wanted to make sure they had a
roll
chance
perception.
to sleep.
D&D with ADHD.
ADHD and D. 15 plus perception.
ADHD.
19. I almost started singing.
So here's the question for you:
Yes.
do you do your watch from just outside of the tree stump where you can see around, but
Yes.
you're not in the tent, or do you do the watch from inside the tent where you're?
Just outside the tree stump.
Excellent.
Am I in the radius of alarm if I'm just outside the
Yeah,
tree
you'll
stump?
be within the radius of the alarm spell.
Perfect, that's all I need.
Sort of just, but
I mean, if something comes through and hits me, the alarm will go off.
if something comes through and hits you, the
If
alarm will
something
go off.
shoots me,
and-
the alarm won't go off.
And if something is
they shoot
approaching from behind the stump, it should go off. Is it set to audible or just in your head or in everybody's head?
When
Ashkar.
Just in my head.
Okay, so you won't have any warning if it comes up. The night passes uneventfully. You saw an owl.
was it a crystal owl?
No, it was a regular owl. It
Didn't
seemed to be okay.
Huh. Okay. It didn't look weird or fucked up or anything.
Not as far as you could tell.
Must be nice.
I mean,
to be an owl.
it's like really hard to see owls. It was having some like difficulties. You didn't hear an owl. You saw an owl.
I saw an owl.
You wouldn't hear an owl, though. They're
That's
very quiet.
Owls don't make sound as they fly.
I mean,
Like,
no.
Not as they
you,
fly,
You,
they
you
do
sometimes
make
will
sound.
hear owls.
Yeah.
Oh, like the who
Yeah.
part.
You didn't
Like the
hear
shriek owl that I did
an owl.
that one time.
But you-
Or those two owls that almost got me outside that one time.
This is a fairly large but mundane owl. No giant owl proportions here. Still not like a great horned owl, but like
A large bog
Like
standard
a
owl.
brown barn owl maybe.
yeah, the kind of owl that's like you see it and you're like, that's a lot bigger than I was expecting it to be, but it's not like, oh my god, that's a huge bird.
That is most owls, to be honest.
I know.
You're like, wow,
That's okay.
owls. They're a bird about this size, and then you see them, and you're like, wow, owls.
Right. But like I've seen, it's not like
Wowls.
great horned owl, which
Yes,
is like
it's
owl.
huge. Yes.
Anyways, and now owlf about that. It's
Who do you
time.
think you are?
Oh, I should go get my joke book.
No.
It's time for the second
Watch, yep.
Watch. You guys roll perception for me, please.
I let them know that it was all quiet.
Ooh, that was
Oh, that's pretty
terrible.
good. Perception?
Mm-hmm.
That's
19.
a 19.
Yeah, nothing much.
I don't like the dark.
Is the fear effect still in effect after?
Oh, the fear effect's still in effect.
I just don't like it. That's all I'm gonna say.
It approaches uneventfully. It sucks. You are jumping at shadows. Every little thing I mean, it's all shadow, but, you know. But your watch passes uneventfully. Dr. Typhoon.
Alright. So I'm a little, Ashkar's a little suspicious about Dr. Typhoon's insistence on taking the final watch. Mm-hmm. So when they go to bed, they're not going to fall asleep immediately. They're going to watch him pretending to sleep.
Cool. Roll me a stealth check. You do not have disadvantage. You're not in your armor.
Shoot.
7!
Not far off. Huh?
Wait, do you have a -2 to your stealth in general?
I have a +1. Wait, is that a 9?
That's a 9.
10!
Excellent.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
How long do you stay up watching?
Like an hour.
Okay. You're gonna need to sleep in a little bit, probably, if you're staying up for a whole extra hour.
As long as I'm not really doing anything, it should still count towards my long rest.
I know, but you have done a full watch as well.
I'll just be grumpy from sleep deprivation on top of my grumpy from
Sure.
fear effect.
You know what?
I'll be the
You know what?
most charming orc ever.
That makes sense. You're in a terrible mood when you wake up, but he appears to just be flipping through his spell book and looking around and be on watch. He definitely noticed you watching him and was not very good at hiding it. And he kept, turning to look to see if you were still watching him every 10 minutes or so, and just... You're going to sleep? Letting him take the rest of his watch?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. His watch passes uneventfully as well. You all wake up. And I would like everybody who's under the fear effect to make a charisma saving throw to see if they can break it after your long rest.
Ah, come on!
Nat 20. Plus 7. 27.
That is a 9.
No. No.
It went 17-3.
You guys are still
15.
snippy,
A furred.
grumpy, unhappy. You slept well.
I feel really refreshed.
Good
That's
for
great for you.
Sort of look at you and just sort of like, mm-hmm.
Maybe we should make sure they're on opposite sides of the line.
I don't know. I feel like they're bonding over it.
That was way too loud, wasn't it?
Whispering. In case you didn't know
That
Can we just move?
more about us.
That was very Scottish.
No, that was a southern accent with a
No.
French accent combined. Oh,
Yeah, that was Gwen.
oh, Gwen.
We were
Yeah.
the move. It's just my bowl.
Anyway. So we are heading deeper in. I mean, nothing was alerted by,
I
or
didn't
if
see
anything was
Nothing
alerted by the bells.
we
It didn't
saw.
come this way
that.
that we saw.
Well, can I take some time when we get out to look and see if there's any tracks, any sign that
Sure.
anything walked past
Oh,
us
roll-
or came up and looked
Roll
and
me a survival check real quick.
As we were packing up the tent,
That's
I'm
not bad.
absolutely the last one out of there, just standing there at the doorway, looking at it, going, just muttering under my breath.
18.
So, good news, bad news. Which do you want first?
Bad news.
Oh, so there are a lot of not a lot of spider webs, but there are some spider webs in sort of the upper region of the trees near here that were 100% not there the night before or during your watch.
Lovely.
The snow is unbroken and it doesn't appear to be any sign, and you don't see any sign of anybody nearby right now.
Well, I think the spiders might have found us, but I think if we just keep going, at this point, we might as well just keep going. I'm pretty sure whatever element of surprise we might have had is gone, but that does not mean that we should necessarily have the light. Oh, sorry. Assume I was whispering. I can't talk.
That's fair.
I'm assuming, with one exception, that you guys are all talking quietly at all times.
Who?
You know,
It was probably that owl you saw.
Who?
you're doing a really good job at signaling when your volume is low and when it's high. So
Thank you.
I'm also assuming that reasonably everybody here is freaked out, nervous, and trying to stay quiet.
So
If I assume things are loud or like you want to state it. But for the most part, I'm assuming you guys are all being like, yeah, like.
that said, even though I think we've lost the element of surprise, I still don't feel like we should just go walking around guns blazing with light and shit.
I think the guard dogs have seen us. But we may as well just go straight in at this point.
Yeah, I reckon that's all.
Let's keep covering our tracks.
Agreed.
Okay.
Can I make I guess it'd be a nature check to see what I know about spiders in general and whether or not they'd be likely to follow a track or we're more likely off of like sound and vibration.
Roll me a nature check with, actually, here's the question for you. You have a moment now where it's pitch black outside of the tent. You can use some light to investigate the webs and have them pointed out to you. And not have disadvantage.
In fact, by standing in the tent, I'd have a 30-foot dark vision. Is a canopy above or below 30 feet?
No. Large, sort of half stump, and you have to like leave the tent, crawl out of a hole in the stump.
To see it.
Yeah, you were not able to see it unless you go outside of the stump. So it's not like in the stump.
It's night effectively under the canopy because of the shadow. I wouldn't be able to see it.
Right. I'm saying if you have light, you can inspect it.
Cool.
Otherwise, you can roll this with disadvantage based off the descriptions.
Yeah.
This isn't about the webs.
I'm not
this
about
is just
the webs.
spiders.
I'm asking about would a spider, any old random spider.
Oh, yeah, roll it.
Yeah.
It's a knowledge nature check.
Yeah. That is crap, also known as a 6. Yeah, didn't think so.
They're mostly ambush predators, but maybe.
Cool.
You know, some ambush predators like to learn their prey's behavior before ambushing, so it could be true with bugs, too.
But, we'll keep worrying myself if I think about this, so I'm not going to think about it.
You're having a hard time not thinking about it. Yeah. I should not whisper, because the mic is over there.
Way over there.
It is.
No, it's fine. I just need to not whisper. I said, you're having a hard time not thinking about it.
I said I know.
In a whisper.
In any case, you guys are able to set off. What is the marching order? In order to not have something similar, you're going to need to, if you are alternating with someone every hour or every 15 minutes or so, whoever is assisting you, then that'll work. He can't assist.
Solidly third.
Yeah.
And can Ashkar assist or?
Yeah.
Okay.
The assist can be someone bouncing back and forth. That roll happened specifically because it was the two of you at front.
Yep.
For a long time.
For a long time.
Cool. I can take shifts of it, so.
And then do you have somebody who's going to assist with covering the trail?
No, I think
What
that'll just be...
Yeah.
Why don't we have you covering the trail, and
Fine.
Ashkar and I will take turns breaking the front.
Sounds good.
And
That
then
worked out
do you
pretty
want
well
to be
yesterday.
babysit by Dr. Typhoon?
Sure.
Okay.
Ashkar
You do not get to hold the staff.
spends the entire walk
Yeah.
muttering to themselves in Orcish, which is like not the most settling of languages to listen to under one's breath, half heard.
I don't know that one. Do you want to take first?
What
Oh no,
did
I'm
I-
rolling because it's an assist that we're taking turns. That's I can do math. It's 21. Lots of those tonight.
For the back? Just a regular roll?
Yep.
Ooh, that's not good. That is just a 5.
Just a 5.
It's you're definitely doing something similar to what Ashkar is doing. You're using a branch and knocking the snow from the sides down.
Hmm? I'm a little distracted.
Yeah. Particularly because with a significant frequency, Dr. Typhoon is far worse of a guide than Thistle was, and almost seems to be like you are certain that Dr. Typhoon is intentionally guiding you to routes to trip over.
Speaking of which,
And-
stealth checks.
And also, you are frequently being led under branches that Dr. Typhoon can go right under, and you are getting hit in the face. Like,
Oh no.
every 3 to 5 minutes.
Maybe you should shrink yourself.
After about the 4th or 5th one. Don't think I do it actually, no.
Okay. It keeps happening.
Yep.
I'm going to assume that you guys are all paranoid enough that you are being slow
Stealthy
enough
as fuck.
to be stealthy.
Yes.
And I'm not going to make you roll stealth checks.
Okay.
Okay.
If you guys want to go at, I'm gonna make the speed of travel in the map that I have that you're going through slower, but I'm going to just give you a standard. Call it a 13 on die rolls across the board, plus your modifiers for your stealth, and you're going at a slow pace, not like half speed, but like 3/4 speed.
All right.
Sound good?
Yep.
Sound good.
You guys sound good?
Sounds good.
Excellent. Yeah, it's dark. You're not seeing anything. It's almost perfectly silent with some grumbles in Orcish and the occasional flap of a branch slapping into
Televir's noggin.
And the
Televir's noggin.
noise.
You're having a bad day.
I had a real bad.
You're having a real bad day.
Real
Bad
bad
week.
day.
I don't know why, but today feels
Why'd
like
you join
a
up these-
really bad day.
You slept well.
No, I'm fine. I was.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming you say something.
Paranoia of stealth is keeping me quiet, but there might be revenge later.
That's fine. As long as I will tell you until you say something.
Mhm.
It's gonna keep happening.
Yeah. No, I know. And I'm counting.
Okay. It's like every 3 to 5 to 3 to like 10
Roll
minutes.
a D percentile.
No.
Oh.
Just letting you know, it's every 3 to 5 to 10 minutes. For until you say something.
Yep.
You are stumbling.
That's fine. Televir wouldn't say anything,
That's fine.
but he would count.
How
Great friend.
Ham.
her?
Yeah.
How observant are you guys being to what's happening here, and how observant are you being to what's happening?
I mean, is
Alright.
he making sounds when he's getting
Are-
whacked? Are you like? Oof.
Or are you trying to keep
I'm
it quiet?
trying to stay stealthy.
My passive perception.
So,
is-
like,
That's
I
a
mean-
14.
Yeah.
Mine's a
You're
12.
picking up on it. You guys are picking up on it. Maybe not every time it's happening, but like
Disadvantage
Okay.
stealth roll is 19.
think Ashkar's
I think I'm being
noticed.
pretty freaking
I
sneaky
would
about
say
it.
something. Honey would say something.
Yeah,
you
I'm
don't
at the front, that's a
then you don't
19.
notice it initially, but like after an hour of this, you've started to notice that
Hey, Dr. Typhoon, hun.
yes,
Could you try to be a little bit more careful with our good friend here? He's a little bit taller than
there's like
you.
snow from branches.
He's a little
all over.
taller than you,
Quiet.
and so
Let's keep
you
moving
gotta just
and get out of
be a
here.
little bit more
Oh,
aware.
sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
Moving.
I forgot you were taller than me.
Please, out of here now, please.
Come on.
We're
He
going.
starts
We're
dragging
moving.
you,
Now,
and it's not into a branch. It starts happening significantly less often.
D percentile to see how many times it happened.
Oh yeah, I have it.
I'm not counting. No, definitely not.
I think my attention is.
99.
Oh, you have.
Pine sap and like
You
little
take 1
sticks.
point of damage.
I think I do.
There's a cone stuck on one. You have horns, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Cone
You take a
stuff.
point of damage. I was going to roll a d12 to see how much damage you take over the course
You
of the
rolled a
day
12?
from this, and I rolled a 1.
Oh.
It's like a really, really big branch, and he like
Right on the bridge
tugs
of the
you.
I
nose.
feel like,
It's like right in the mouth.
do I notice that I'm doing a shitty job at my job?
No.
Okay.
Like that's the whole thing with the rolling bad rolls is that you don't necessarily notice that you're
You're
doing
doing
a
a
bad
shitty
job.
job. It's fine.
Because you are consistently doing what you are expecting to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But where it's the subtle differences where
It's fine.
in one situation it looks like there's been a fresh snowfall, and in another situation it doesn't look like a trail.
Looks like a
Instead, it
trench.
looks like somebody drug a inflatable tube.
No, my question, the reason I'm asking mostly is because at a certain point, if I felt like this was going really badly, honey would be like, "Can you? I'm gonna take over here. You go and sweep the back there."
Oh
Would
yeah, you can
Let's
certainly do that, and your day gets
go.
way better.
Yes.
Let's go.
You can cut the
We'll go
99 in half, because that'll happen about lunchtime. And once you guys get about halfway through the day, it's about halfway through our episode, so we're going to take somebody remind me how long the break is, 10-minute break, or we're going to do a 15?
We usually do... We did 10 previously. That seemed to work well.
We're going to take a 10-minute break. We have
Is it really that time already?
8:36 on the clock,
Well, hot diggity.
so at 8:46 Eastern, we will be back, and I am not going to jump between time zones, because I think this computer is the only one watching.
Yay!
All right.
Are we cutting the stream?
Oh, Techmeister.
Oh god, yes. Thing with the button. Cheers.
Are we back?
Mm-hmm.
We gotta wait until we get in flow.
Tea.
Hang on that for a sec so we can get started and then get in.
Ready?
A little less exaggeration.
Are we back?
We're back.
Okay, we're back.
Awesome.
Brain. So, you guys have, it is lunchtime. Are you guys taking a short rest? Are you guys going to have a quick break?
think we're gonna
No
keep
disadvantage.
Yeah.
No disadvantage.
Yep.
Keep going. At this point, I think I took over for the afternoon. I was like, you know what?
Okay.
Why don't we switch?
It's instantly better. You are not tripping over anything. Like you're still stumbling a bit.
There's a root there. Be careful.
Thank you.
Is that with modifiers? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, it's entirely different.
You can just pull that off
And yeah, you're doing just fine.
But
Roderick,
decided to
I
do
have
that
a
instead.
piece of information for you.
Okay.
You know, I'm just gonna do it out in full. I don't want to do whispers or anything like that.
Are you, okay.
Whispering's hard.
So the trail is being broken by someone who is around as tall as you. The amount of branches you've walked into does not make sense. You are convinced that that was intentional. You also have been walked literally into the wall of the path that has been broken multiple times.
Thought about that.
And it feels like it's been broken. I'd like you to roll me a perception check.
That was not great, and reception's okay. That's only a 9. Yes, it's a 9. Sorry. It's a 6, and then you always have to check and make sure.
You know, everybody's really grumpy today, but the path has not been as straight and narrow as it has been in other days where you guys have been traveling through the snow. It's been a lot of, just divots, or it's been wider or skinnier or whatever. It's just you're just realizing that it's happened a few times over the course of the day. That's all. The travel is going fine.
Are y'all all right up there, up front?
I mean, I think we're doing all right.
I'm fine.
The path's
Let's
just a little
keep going.
weird, but all right.
I look behind us. Is the path what we've been marking?
No, it's been swept.
I mean, yeah, sure, asked and answered. All right, yeah, I wouldn't know. I mean, can I do a survival check to look at it?
Sure.
Because I want to see if
It's
what
gotten
they've
a lot
been
better
doing.
since you've taken over guiding.
Okay.
Telvir.
So with a survival, that's 17.
Dr.
No.
Typhoon dear, are you okay?
What?
Yeah,
Guys,
I'm doing just
time,
great.
place,
All right.
forward
Sorry.
move, let's go.
All right. You don't need to be such a grumpapus. All right, maybe you need to be grumpapus. It is really dark and it's annoying.
Hold on a second.
Does
I need to
anyone
roll a
speak
charisma check
Orcish?
at disadvantage here real quick.
Nope.
19 to 13 with a +3. Yeah, I think that's good enough.
Just you.
Wanted to make sure I was actually staring at you because I couldn't fucking see you. Not just staring in a random direction, thinking I'm staring.
I would have moved your head. I hope you don't mind. I just feel like you were trying to look at me and you weren't. And I
rolled well enough, I think.
But in the last hour or so before the break, and after that, after the lunch break, the guiding is a lot better. The trail feels normal. It feels more like.
What
honestly,
you'd
it's a lot easier than going second in the breaking of the snow
because
you
it's a little flatter.
You got 3 people breaking the snow for you.
Yep.
So all of a sudden it's a lot better than yesterday, and it's way better than earlier in the morning.
Yeah.
definitely intentional.
Oh yeah.
The ice machine rumbled just after you said that.
There's like an
distant thunder.
increasingly bigger and bigger and bigger neon sign over my head that says, Televir will remember this.
Grace almost spat out her drink on her little notebook. Oh, I didn't think that was gonna get it.
and then the only thing you've picked
I'm
up on
sorry.
just natively is that
Because I'm bad at noticing things.
because you rolled
But I
poorly
wanted
is that the
to have it
trail
on record
was
that I called it.
very uneven, and then you've taken over and it's been very even.
Okay.
And it it seems to be a lot better.
Things are going great.
Things are going much better now.
I don't know why, but I feel like everything's going to be just okay.
I feel like you should
say that out
mitigate
loud?
those.
No, I don't think I actually said that
Okay.
out loud.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Is that from? Okay. The day's going fine. As you guys are traveling, you all start to hear, towards the next hour or so, you start to hear a low buzzing sound, just a coming from sort of in front of you, but like a little off to the left.
Sorry, is that towards the spiders or away from the spiders? Based on this heading?
Away from the spiders.
Left. Yes. Okay. Yes.
You stopped seeing spider webs fairly quickly into the day.
Mm-hmm.
And evidence of spiders. It's just dark and foreboding. And those of you who are still afraid are...
Still afraid.
Oh, you are so jumpy.
Wait. 1 second.
Don't you have an aura? Aren't you a paladin?
Yeah, I'm like, I have something
Fifth
to
level.
make people not
The
afraid.
fifth level.
I think.
It's either 5th or 7th level they get their auras.
No, but I feel like I might be able to do something before then.
If you know that it exists, and that it's not just people being grumpy pussies.
Honey was affected by it.
I was
briefly.
affected and I felt better. It might have occurred to Honey. Protection from good and evil.
Definitely counting, though. Definitely counting.
Aura of Protection
You
is
counted.
6th level.
I was thinking more about my spells, but you know what? I probably would want to hold on to them anyway because.
Yep. I'll probably take lesser restoration or something
At,
like that.
at 10th level, you and creatures within 10 feet of you can't be frightened.
God damn it!
We knew we were starting out squishy.
That's the way it is.
So I gotta get the fear effects in when the paladins are low level and not immune.
It's because normally I play a half elf, so that's why I was so sure that like.
You can
It
do
also
something.
feels like a thing like a radiant angel would have would be some sort of effect against fear, but they do not.
Half-elves don't
Not
have
yet.
anything against fear. We got stuff against charm.
Charm.
Halflings have
It's
something.
halflings that have something against.
Yes.
Anyway,
And sleep.
saying our nerd cred to the side.
Yeah. What kind of buzzing are we thinking? Is it like bee buzzing? Is it
Mechanical,
insectoid? Is it mechanical?
nature.
Arcane? Like the distant hum
Roll me a
of-
nature check. Just you. You're the only one who's been in this area enough to potentially know about them.
Well, that's how my experience suit. That's a 14, which is not bad. I'll take it.
So, you recognize the sound of this.
Yay.
There are a few hives of these bees in the mountains. You've encountered them a few times. They're generally placid creatures. They are extremely shaggy honeybees that are like just the really dumb, doofy, manatee body honeybees that are the size of manatees.
They're beautiful.
I'm sorry, they're the size of manatees.
Wait, they're the size of a
They're
manatee.
the size of manatees.
So
So
they're-
one is literally as large as this table.
Yep.
Good God.
What flowers are they harvesting?
Many flowers.
Corpse flowers.
Only every 9 years.
The trees.
Maybe.
They harvest. They don't do flower pollen. It's They do like tree resin and stuff like that.
So they basically are maple syrup bees in a
Kind of.
pine forest.
Yes.
They're gin bees.
They're
I'm gonna go get some gin bee honey, guys.
they're essentially just they're woolly bumblebees.
Yeah.
Sorry, they're known as woolly Arctic bees.
Oh my god. But like you could be a shepherd of the bees and you could like shepherd them.
A
Oh my
halfling
God.
could ride them.
Yeah, I'm
Oh
very
my
excited.
A
Aside from a
human
manatee, a
could
human
ride
could
them.
ride them.
I'd argue that's the way.
They
I'm
are
sorry.
But sure.
so this is wings that are not quite large enough to physics-wise hold them up, but like almost hummingbird style. And so it's just this like deep, rumbling low hum of like a subwoofer that's too that's too low, so you're not actually picking it up, but
You're
it's
feeling
you're
it.
just feeling it. And there's just this sort of wave of pressure rather than noise that washes over you that you sort of pick up on.
You've invented the perfect animal.
I have.
I love them.
They're great.
I'm really sad they don't exist in real life.
They're not-
It's very sad.
So they're you would know that they are real fucking dangerous if you fuck with the hive.
Yes. Do they produce anything harvestable?
They can produce some like a honey-ish substance that is harvestable, but it is not a product that people typically do because it can be very dangerous to do so.
So it's like a rarity or a delicacy or
Right.
Like a trophy.
They are used as a food crop sometimes. They're
Bee
not.
Beet?
Yeah. They typically are.
Are they being official?
They typically are viewed as a sign of good luck for the region that they're around because they do, like, normally bees pollinate flowers. There has been some study of them and people are not sure why, but plants grow better when the bees are nearby. And that is not known. Like, the why is not known, but they are viewed as if there is a hive of these within 50 miles of where you are, it's probably good farmland.
Which is weird because, I mean, we're not we're
Oh,
we've been
easily.
traveling for like,
Easily.
we're within 50 miles.
So, you do know of a hive up in the mountains, and you were told when going to find the goats that, like, these bees are fine.
If you
Just don't fuck with them.
You don't even have to, like, avoid them. Don't attack them, and you're fine. Like, if you have plant matter, you can feed them plants, and they will eat out of your hand. They're adorable, and you've interacted with them before. But, like, they are entirely, like...
You're breaking Murphy.
Oh, I know.
Can we have a manabee?
No.
Okay, that's it. They're a woolly manabee. Mama-bee.
The woolly Arctic Mama-bee.
The woolly Arctic mamma-bee.
Why mana and not mana?
Mana-bee, sorry.
It's mamma because they're mammoth bees.
No,
Mana like
it's
mana.
mana.
They're
Like,
Okay.
Manabees.
Manabees.
They are...
I mispronounced it.
They
no,
are-
your justification is mana, like magic, as in like their effects
there
on
you go.
pollination in
They
the
are-
area,
large
but they're manatees.
insects that are not
Excuse me.
aggressive unless you hurt them or physically do something to break part of the hive.
Or, infect them with shadow energy.
So quick huddle. That humming up ahead, good news is just Manabees.
I've always wanted to see a manabee.
They're very cool. They're
Time,
wonderful.
place.
Time, place. The good news is we probably shouldn't head straight towards them because it sounds like that might be where the hive is, just based on how loud it is.
It's really loud. You encountered one before, and you know that there is a hive in the mountains somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, people have said there's a hive up in the mountains somewhere. Nobody has said anything about a hive being in the forest.
Yeah.
But
But based on the sound.
based on the sound, there is significantly more than one. You have no idea how many.
They are probably all shadowy and corrupted anyway.
That is extremely sad to think about, and I hope that whatever we do fixes that. But the good news is better than spiders. And
Are they? Because can they sting?
they can sting.
Because that.
They can sting, but they are not. They are easy to avoid provoking, generally speaking.
You know, sting and mandibles will cut through trees. They are not.
The bee have mandible.
They're bitey.
They're like, you've had one eat from your hands before, and it was gentle and did not hurt you. And also, you've seen it through a tree.
I know, I love those.
Yes. They're beautiful, and they came to me while I was driving and stuck in traffic, and it makes
God
traffic...
bless the Beltway.
I found.
Oh God.
I found my notes on the thing for a different thing, by the way, and I should show you this. But I understand what Manabees are. I don't understand what those giant spiders are. What I'm saying is, we could keep pushing forward and just try to sort of arc a little bit around. We're just sort of spiraling in at this point, but this is a better spiral arc than going through spiders.
Absolutely. Let's still try to avoid them.
Yes.
I say we go the direction that's not towards spider territory, but the
Around.
other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's keep going then.
Yep.
So you all keep pushing forward. The hum is getting very, very loud. And 10-15 minutes go by.
How's Dr. Typhoon doing?
He's brushing along. He keeps looking around and brushing along.
Never mind.
Most of you up ahead of you see all of a sudden sort of one of the pitches gets a bit louder, and a manabee comes out ahead of the trail that you're going to, and just doofs right into a tree, and then backs up and is sort of confused.
Are they blind?
And goes and doofs into another tree. It is pitch black in here.
No.
Do I
You see
assume,
nothing.
I assume we sort of
But you kinda hear the
pause
boom.
a little bit, and I
you're
hear
hearing
the sound.
Of like, yeah, the sound is like,
Oh my god, they're
There's-
completely blind.
it's like,
one nearby.
it's like
I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Does it look normal?
Does it look normal?
it looks. Roll me an animal handling check.
I have never seen one, so
You have not seen one.
That's a 10.
It looks normal. You haven't seen them bump into trees. It's like sort of half walking. You haven't really seen them walk that much before. You've seen them just, they fly around a lot. But it's like, and then it catches itself and lands, and then
Can I... What's in a ration pack that we got?
you've got some breads, some, you know,
Any sort
meats,
of...
cheeses.
Bread is the only thing even close to what I would...
You're
Is
in
it-
a forest.
Yeah, I scoop up some plant matter that I...
You
know
can
that they
pull
would
some
eat.
like leaves or something off of a tree. It's mostly pine, but there are some.
maybe some lichen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Oh yeah.
I'm about to pull a Blythe.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Thistle.
Yeah.
If you want to go up to it, that's fine. I will be prepared to heal you. Should all go against your way.
I
It's
think
the
it'll
only
be okay.
one around, right?
It's the only one around.
You only see the one.
It
There's
can't see
clearly others like that way,
Mm-hmm.
but there's like the one.
Cool. I'm gonna
These
try.
can communicate threat, non-threat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we are
I don't know
non-threat,
that.
I feel like I've hung around enough. No,
You think
'cause
so?
I
Yeah.
definitely have said that somebody has mead at the fucking monastery. Brother Bernard does mead and ciders and stuff.
There was a year.
So
There was a year where he acquired a bunch of.
the idea of Brother Bernard having woolly Manabees terrifies
No.
me.
He doesn't have any woolly
Brother
manabees. They are
Bernard
really not
bought
like
some bees.
people have not been able
Yes.
to domesticate them because they just kind of do whatever the fuck they want.
Fair.
Who's gonna stop him?
They're like super gentle and like really too dumb to do a lot of other things.
Yeah.
Too dumb to domesticate.
They're a little too dumb to domesticate. But
I mean, real bees are... Anyway, but...
there was a year where it was like his 50th birthday or something. I don't remember what race.
He's an orc. He's a
He's an
full-blooded
orc?
orc.
Alright, cool. It was his 50th birthday, and for his 50th birthday, the monastery pitched in and bought him a bunch of woolly Manabee honey. And he made a bunch of mead that year out of it, and you had a sip, and it was very, like, maple syrup honey-y, and was, like, a little woodier than you expect honey to be, but still, like, sweet and just very rich. And then the mead was very much the same, and you know that there are a bunch of bottles that are hidden around the monastery, because that mead went so fast that, like, there are some bottles, and there's a standing wager. If any, like, there is one bottle that has a label on it that if anyone finds that, it is their bottle that Brother Bernard put out, and nobody's found it for, like, 3 years. I don't...
Yeah.
Like...
He just drank it, I swear.
Here's the thing. This is probably the year before Thistle stopped drinking. So the year before Thistle won the Brother Bernard challenge and stopped drinking.
Right. So, like, that year, those went so fast, he was like, alright, I'm hiding 2 of these, they're mine. This one, that has this label on it, is anyone's.
Great.
If they find it. And nobody's found it as far as you know.
Yes. So I feel like I've spent enough time with bees in general, and have seen these, because
You've seen the one once while trying to find a goat.
If I'm extrapolating about big bees from little bees, like, bees can communicate if you're a threat. If you walk in them and like, are just chill, they'll be like, chill thing here. If you walk in and are like, they'll be like, murder, 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 death, sting. What I'm trying to do is establish friend, and if I can get it back to the hive, try to get it to communicate friend.
And
Animal handling?
is there light?
What do you like? There is not light, but I could guide it sort of by hand.
You're gonna roll me an animal handling check
I'm probably straight.
with disadvantage.
Alrighty.
Can I help? And then
If you're
I
going-
got it roll.
Yeah.
You can say
I'm
no.
gonna say no.
Okay.
Because
If we haven't done light for our good friend Televere, we're not gonna do it for a fucking bee.
No, I wasn't saying with the light. I was saying just with my general, like, honeyness.
here's I'm gonna say why.
Phonetically appropriate.
The reason you have disadvantage is because it
Yes.
does not have dark vision.
Yes. So even if I sort of, like, put a hand on it and, like, put the food in front of it, it could bite off my hand thinking, branch, food.
And also, it doesn't necessarily... It is running into stationary objects. You are a moving thing coming towards it when it can't see and is confused.
Probably not a good idea.
So...
If you think that will stop me, Mercury, from making Thistle pet this thing...
Oh, I know.
With disadvantage, that is going to be an 11, which is a shame because it was an 18 on the other die.
Would you like the good news?
Yes.
The good news is, the
Wait,
DC was a 10
Yes.
because these things are super fucking gentle.
Yay.
You walk up to it. You slowly, are you saying something? Are you letting your presence be known before you reach out to touch it, or?
I think just like a low drone, basically. Just like, I think Thistle probably hummed to themselves when they were first introduced to bees, because it seemed like be the bee, and then they just never got out of the habit. So just being like,
Is it? Are you humming a particular tune?
no, just
No?
just like
Okay.
a drone, just like
Okay.
oh, am I humming?
Are-
Am I humming a particular tune? You know what? Sorry, I'm gonna do a quick thing. Yeah, I am humming a particular tune.
You're just humming some sort of musical
that I'll come up with later.
thing. Maybe pitched as bassy as Thistle can make it to try and simulate it. And you reach out to put a hand on it, just sort of calming. And when you do so, one, your hand sinks into the fur, and it's so warm, it's so fluffy, and the other thing is the bee immediately jerks away a little bit, and then goes whoomp, like a big dog right into you. I need you to make a strength save, please.
That's fair. I expected this, and that's fair. A strength save?
Oh,
That's a 7.
No damage.
Of course, there's so much snow.
Cold. You have snow
Yes.
everywhere. You are just completely flumped into the snow.
If I didn't already have snow everywhere, it's a win.
Just fully flumped into the snow, and then it sort of like backs up and lets you get up, and it just full leaning into you, and you are having to be very careful, but it is eating out of your hand, and it's just
I'm petting it. I want to moving with it, see if I can sort of gently push it in a direction that I want it to go, like direct it towards the hive.
So I'm gonna have you roll animal handling with strength. It's your strength plus. Do you have proficiency in animal handling?
I do have proficiency.
Okay, so it's
gonna
gonna be strength plus
my
proficiency.
Okay, cool. Where's my strength again? There. So that's 2 plus 2. So that's a plus 4. That's a 7. So that's an 11.
This wasn't a 1.
Lots of 11s and lots of 21s.
That's enough to sort of push it in a direction. It starts moving in that direction
I'm gonna
slowly.
just sort of poke this back into the hive because we're heading that way anyway. Televir, if you want to get your hands in this, it's so soft, my man.
Let's just get going.
All right,
Are you just guiding it back towards the hive?
because that's still in the direction we're going. We're not
Yep.
gonna get. We're gonna get to the edge of the hive and reintroduce the bee.
Okay, so you're gonna walk towards the buzzing to try and push the bee that way. Okay.
Yes, I've sort of made this decision. It's happening, but I want to give my fellow players a chance.
I
to
can't
say-
really prevent it from happening because I can't see shit.
Ashkar's following, mumbling, continuing to mutter under their breath. The word Shrek keeps coming up.
Remember Shrek? Is that idiot in Orcish?
You don't know.
That's fair. I don't know.
Dr. Typhoon has comprehend languages. I was thinking about a thing for a second. So, you guys all start pushing towards the hive.
Pushing, yes, indeed, pushing that E.
Pushing that bee.
Did you have something?
Bee.
I have had sudden inspiration to my backstory, and so I have been listening, but also trying to like get it out on the page while I still
Okay.
think of it.
Okay. So, I would like the two of you to roll perception with disadvantage.
That's
Me?
Gwen and Grace.
Oh, Gwen.
Gwen and Grace.
How is disadvantage?
You're distracted by
Dark
my
vision
bee
still
activities.
isn't perfect.
My activities.
Ooh, perception.
Mhm.
That's only a 7.
17.
You can't pick out what he said. Dr. Typhoon definitely just cast a spell of some sort. You're not sure what.
Right now, I'm suspicious.
You didn't pick up on it.
Oh, I didn't pick up on it. Okay, never mind.
You were the only one who picked up on it.
I was walking just in front of it. Would I have heard that?
No.
Fair enough.
And I'm seeing Hive Elf again.
Well, you're sitting next to a giant thrumming. You can't
Yes.
hear shit.
Oh, that's
You're-
true. I can't hear anything.
Right. It's a little bit of hearing and a little bit of seeing. It was
That's fair.
very, very quiet, and there were some somatic
That's fair.
parts to it. So
That's fair. I
yeah.
asked. That's all.
Can I roll an Arcana check to kind of cross-reference the somatic components?
Sure.
Nice.
Disadvantage because you didn't get a good sense of it.
Well, 9.
Oh, what was your first one?
It wasn't that much better.
No. It was just kind of thing. You heard someone saying something, and you look back to see like
Tail end of a gesture.
the tail end of a gesture, a little bit of like, not actually light, magical.
Like
It's the kind of like magical aura that like spellcasters could see other, that you can see a spellcaster doing a thing, but it's not actually generating any light.
Mm-hmm.
It just like, if it's in the day, it looks like it. If it's in night and you can see it, it looks like there's light, but there's no actual light, so in the pitch black, it doesn't look like anything.
Cool.
But you guys are heading forward. The buzzing is getting louder and louder and louder. And then all of a sudden you come into a bit of a clearing.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of trees that are knocked over and harvested.
Yes.
And what is interesting is, so like you come through, and it is almost like stepping through a wall of darkness, and you are out of the shadow, and there is a very large, another one of these very large tree trunks that the tree is still alive, and on the side and the base of the tree is this large mound, and there are like 100 of these bees all around, and they keep going into the darkness and then getting confused and coming out, and they're going up over the trees, and you see that there is an effort that some of them are making to try and cut the trees back, and so the darkness is sort of at an angle spilling out from the trees towards this one tree that is above the
rest of the canopy.
the rest
Like
of the canopy.
Like the spell is attached to the trees, so as the trees are harvested, that circle
It's
of
trying to
darkness-
it's starting to cut the whatever this aura is back. All of a sudden, it is afternoon daylight for you. You are blinded for a
Fucking
second
finally.
in a different way. Like you are all blinded for a second as you step out. And as soon as you get this bee out, it just and like goes up and goes into a hole in the hive. Interestingly, the inside of the hive appears to be illuminated once you go like 10 feet in.
Does it feel like the hut
Are
is
we in
inside
the
the hive?
No,
Okay.
No, but we
no.
Oh, but I see. We can see the light.
Also, the fear fully gone.
The what?
Once you step out of the darkness, the fear is gone.
I can see clearly now, the darkest
Oh, you're
of the
still
fear is
grumpy
gone.
as hell. But like
The unnatural
the effect
components
is
of
gone.
So there was absolutely a moment where, as soon as I could see, I turned, looked around, looked at each of my companions, looked at Dr. Typhoon.
Oh, he's not there.
What?
Doctor?
He did not step out of the darkness with you.
I poke. Well, no, I don't poke my head back in the darkness.
I
I'm
do.
looking at bees.
I do.
You don't see him.
Dr. Typhoon? You out there, bud?
Yeah, it's probably karma.
I unequipped that spell.
Locate person.
No, detect magic.
I don't want to use
I
I mean, there's
I feel like
magical
that would not have
darkness
been-
everywhere. I don't
Yeah.
think they'd do anything for that.
I don't
before.
want. Well, and I.
Dr. Typhoon has it.
How useful! Maybe. Oh, we are.
Give me a second. I want to see if I can do a thing.
Do the thing. Do the.
I might not be able to.
I was sort of wondering if that was what he was doing.
Hmm?
I was sort of wondering what he was doing.
No, it does not work. I have to be able to see the creature.
Rip.
I will state, you saw the end of the spell, and he was still there.
Can I step back under the eaves and try to roll a survival to track him? Do you leave footprints or brushing?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, that's a 2 for a total of 4.
No. You know what? You find the brush that was used to brush stuff left like 15 feet, 20 feet back from the edge of the shadow. No trace of him.
Look
Nailed.
up.
No trace of him. The brush is there. No sign of a struggle. None of you heard sounds of anything.
I'll step back into the sun, holding the brush. Wait for my eyes to adjust for a second.
It's just like a kind of...
I think he might have deserted us.
Well,
I bet he got karma.
There's no sign of a struggle.
He's small. Wouldn't be much for him.
I mean, in this forest, there's probably a lot of stuff that could take him out quickly, or. I mean, there are magical means too, right?
He was casting a spell right before we stepped out here.
Was that
Wait,
right
what?
before, or was that a little bit before?
It's a little bit before.
He
Like
doesn't-
3 minutes or so.
I said what I said.
Yeah.
No one else
I'm
noticed.
just checking.
No,
to
no.
make sure that you didn't have
Sure.
misunderstanding. That's all.
Are we?
He doesn't seem like the deserting type. Doesn't he?
Are we sure that we shouldn't be more worried about that? Like, I don't feel comfortable just like leaving a man in the darkness. I mean, I know he was being a really terrible guy, and you have every right to be upset with him about that. He was shit. But like we can't just abandon a companion of ours.
I don't know how far
us-
we can track him.
I,
And figuring out the darkness might be the best way to track him. I mean, at least the bees will be easy to find.
that's true.
How tall is the tree in the center of this clearing? Is it distinctly taller than the rest of the trees in the clearing? Or the trees in the forest?
Yeah, it's like 200 feet tall.
I would like to spend the next probably 5 to 10 minutes climbing that tree.
Are you... So the tree goes up, and then fully around the roots of the tree, the hive is built. So you will have to climb onto the hive to do so.
I'm gonna slowly start walking towards it and see what the bees do.
Okay. Roll a persuasion check with dexterity. Or charisma, your choice.
Okay.
Bee dance.
Sorry.
Shake your booty.
Caught them before they finished rolling. Straight roll, right?
You are in the light. Well, you are in the clearing, you can see.
Yes, it's a straight roll.
Yes.
Great.
I'm going to remind you, you have inspiration.
I think I might take you up on that, because I really want to be able to do this.
Do the bee dance. Do the bee dance. Manabee dance.
It was
Manabee
worse.
What's the better of the two?
You said persuasion?
Persuasion, but you can use your dexterity instead of your charisma if you wish.
My dex is a lot higher. So, instead of charisma, that'd be a plus additional 5. Persuasion, so it's plus 10, so it'd be 16.
Okay. So you are just calmly, moving, and you're just trying to send out, via your movement, vibes of,
Shit.
I don't mean any harm.
I'm definitely
don't
trying to
mean
take the
any
path that
harm.
has that's furthest from his way from any boars into the hive.
That first step onto the hive, because it appears to be, mostly, wood pulp, and there's, a little bit of a crunch that you, tense up about, and it is a layer of snow over top of it, and this hive is solid.
I'd imagine so.
And you start walking up it, and it is no shift, and nothing. You start moving up it, you go up a little bit, you look around, because you hear a bee, and, a couple of these bees come over, and are just, right over your shoulder as you keep walking, and then they just kind of, ooh, and go off. You are free to move around the hive.
Cool. I'm just straight up to the trunk and straight up the tree.
So it goes up to the trunk
Mm-hmm.
about, 50 or 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So, the top of the hive hits around the tree level of everything. You're going to have to make a fairly difficult athletics check to climb up the side
Let's
of the
see
tree.
how poorly I do.
At least you can see now.
Well, what's the roll?
Athletics? Athletics is 0. Could I use acrobatics to climb instead? Darn. I'll be 11.
Okay.
Sick backflip.
Sucks about the landing. No, joking. Here's my question for you. What are you looking to do?
I'm looking to get an overarching idea of where we are in the forest relative to where we entered and relative to the town.
Okay.
Try and sort of understand if we're 80% of the way in, 5% of the way in.
So, there are some other large trees in the area, and for the most part, the trees are normal size, but there are just some really large trees in this forest. You are able to carefully climb up as safe as you feel. I'm going to give you disadvantage on your perception check
That's fair.
because you are clinging to knobbly chunks of bark,
Sure.
and you were I'm trying to
Sure.
Give me a perception check to see what you see.
That is a 16 and a 17. So perception, that would be a dirty 20.
So you guys have moved fairly far into the woods. It feels like you've moved deeper in than you thought you had, but you're able to climb up enough to see sort of like... You can sort of see where you think the town is. Like off
Maybe
the
like
distance.
a couple wisps of smoke.
A little bit like that.
Not to mention like the edge of the cliff face.
Definitely see the edge of the cliff face. You can see the mountain. You can see the trees going. The other thing you can see is in the direction you were traveling, there is a spot on the forest where the shadow bubble has eclipsed past
The
canopy, and there is just this small bubble of darkness that is bulging out that is in the direction you guys were walking.
Great. Looking at that, and then trying to look back where we came to where there should be a gash in the forest where the river is running.
You can see the gash in the forest.
80% the way there.
You're like
90?
You're like 70%.
70.
Okay.
The other thing you notice looking back towards the river is you notice a section of woods with a large amount of like what looks like dark shadowed webbing across the top of it. You notice a smaller section that appears to have been carved out, but the shadow fills that area, and there are some posts with like a couple of towers sticking out of the trees.
And that's in the same direction as the webbing?
Yeah, you see the webbing like literally surrounding this area.
Oh, okay.
So there are some like, they look rudimentary, but it's kind of hard to tell because they have a canopy that sticks out from over them, and the shadows lean out from off of the canopy.
Gotcha.
And there's only like 2 of these, but they like the shadowed webs go up to them. I will state that you, and if you tell the rest of the party, none of you have heard about a building or anything of the sort
In the woods.
in the woods here, and this is close enough that hunters would know about it.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
But it's a fairly decent sized.
Looking between us and the sphere of darkness at the center. Is there anything else that looks similar? A patch of probably greater fuckery than the usual fuckery you find in a pretty dark forest?
Other than the bubble, no. There is one other thing you notice, which is that the fairly close to you guys, like a few hundred feet away, you can see that there is a section where the trees are sort of shaking and creaking, and like one tree falls over, and there's something large moving towards the party, moving towards this clearing. At not great speed, but at some speed.
From which direction?
Oh, from the way you guys came.
As though it's been following us?
It
Or was following a trail?
Oh, no, it's coming to where you are right now.
Yeah, no, I know.
And it's coming from roughly the spider area.
Okay, we've been tracked. I mean, here's the thing.
Know this yet.
Manabee versus spider, I almost would bet Manabee, but I don't want to be in the middle of battle between Manabee
Anyway,
versus spider.
While Roderick is in the tree.
What are you all doing?
Ashkar-
Well, Televir goes
A squirreling.
up the hive.
I want to
Sure,
make
it's gonna
friends with the
turn.
Manabees.
Honestly, super easy to do. No animal handling roll required in the light.
Anyway.
I'm poking around where Oswald disappeared.
Okay.
Okay, cool. That's Ashkar was going to show you where the branch was found and ask you. You could track it because you have better tracking than them.
I can give it a shot.
Roll me a survival check. Flat, because
Wrong
you've already
dice.
rolled 1 for this.
That's
Oh!
20, baby! Show me where Dr. Oswald is! Give me the Aussie.
So, you know the,
It's 24 total.
So you know the spider webs and stuff that you guys found around the camp?
Yeah.
There are definitely some webs going from where you found, where Dr. Typhoon was, going back in the other direction. Just a couple of strands in the trees.
Okay. Like, immediately above us there are a couple of strands, or there looks like
No,
there's
there's a
trail
small
starting to head
trail of
off that
strands.
way.
So the other thing you notice
That
is
is followable?
the other thing you notice is you are able to find some of his footsteps from where the branches were, walking over to the edge of where it had been cleared, and then there are his footsteps disappear, and there looks like there is an impact mark of where an 8-legged creature landed on a tree and broke some bark off, and then skittered at it.
So using Thistle's masterful powers of deduction. That's a joke. Probably kidnapped by a spider then, yeah?
Certainly possible.
Yeah. I point this out to Ashkar because rescuing Dr. Typhoon just became more important before he becomes liquefied. Or whatever it is they do in those cocoons.
Well,
You aren't sure.
Nothing good.
Not sure.
I don't think you investigated the cocoons enough to find out.
I definitely don't know about spiders the way I know about bees.
So, you all reconvene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You've got like 3 Manabees
This is Jezebel. This is
that are
Irene.
just sort of
and this is
hanging out
Lawrence.
Jezebel, Irene, and Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
well,
Sorry, I'm writing
They
this.
are-
that Dr. Typhoon has been captured by a spider.
That is really not good.
There's a trail to follow. At least.
I think we have to go after him because, like, don't spiders eat people?
I feel like those certainly could.
And, like, I don't know how long he's got before he's at.
I mean, even a border tarantula could eat a gnome.
Oh, God.
Not
he's-
to mention just the bite alone.
Oh, God.
He'd need healing.
Yeah, no, we need to. I hate to abandon the mission, like the primary mission, but
Well, no, we have to make sure that we get all of our people there and back, yeah.
Right, so I think we need to go after him now.
Yeah.
You arrive.
I'm probably still on a tree for.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
you arrive at around this time. We have to go after him now, is what you hear when you walk up.
Do we know where he went?
We have a trail to follow. He seems to have been captured by a spider.
Don't know why he wandered off the path. Well, not the path, but off the treaded snow to begin with.
Maybe he saw something and
He's a
He
nosy
is
fuck.
investigating a sound.
yeah, and maybe he noticed the thing that was gonna grab him and went to investigate and it.
I'm worried about that noise you just made. I don't like that noise.
I don't like it either.
Alright.
Did you
Um,
see anything interesting up there? Befriend
We're
any
most of the way
bees?
in there. The hut at the center is fully enshrouded in a sphere of darkness that extends beyond the canopy. Wherever else it sort of clings to the treetops at the highest. The spiders, there's some structure underneath that, and you can see the webbing covering it. Looks like it's the only major thing between here and there that's noticeably fucked.
Do the spiders go all the way to the dark?
Oh, and by the way, there's one coming this way. Thought I should mention that part too.
Well, we should.
Let's book it after Oswald and... after Dr. Typhoon and...
We don't want to do that. Because if that big one comes here, we have, reinforcements, shall we call it?
I sympathize, but
I mean,
Where are you guys having this
That's-
conversation?
I
in the
mean, in the
clearing with the
sunlight.
bees.
Yeah.
Probably, 15 to 20 feet from the edge of it, but
Yeah.
as much as I love Irene and Lawrence here,
But
Not Jezebel?
I love Jezebel too.
Wow.
Don't worry, Jezebel.
Jezebel
Don't you worry
snubbed
your
her.
pretty fluffy head.
Favorite child syndrome.
The idea
Middle
of
child syndrome.
Jesse, I'm sorry. The idea of
That was his
being
middle child name.
in I believe fully that all three of them can defend themselves to the best of their ability, and that in a battle, like I said, between Spider and B will probably win. What I don't want to be is in the middle of said battle.
Good thing we're at the edge of the clearing.
Yeah, we could, if it's coming here and it's looking for us, and the bees get involved, we can leave while that's happening.
I just worry that in the confusion, the bees might mistake us for enemies.
Which is why we would have to move fast.
Alright, well, as long as we're all on the same page about that,
Can I hear the spider coming at this point? Or whatever it is?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? You think you might be hearing some, like, creaking and cracking of timber in the distance.
Roll for it.
Roll for it.
Creep, crack, spiders, crawl down your back.
Ew.
Is that a big no?
10.
Yeah, no.
Specifically 10 that way. Whatever. You know what I mean?
oh no. I just suddenly had the weirdest strong craving for Taco Bell, and that's just bad.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Alright, I know where we're going after we're
Crossbows
done with
coming
this.
out.
Cool.
Prepping weapons.
Alright, you don't have to be against Taco Bell that much.
No.
So,
Yeah, no,
jumping
we're prepping.
jumping back to game. What are y'all doing?
I mean, it sounds like we're baiting the spider in here so that spider versus bee fight.
Let them fight. Sorry.
Minute or two goes by. You definitely start to hear cracking. And then you guys hear Dr. Typhoon call out. And he's, just at the edge of the shadow. He's like, we gotta go. There's a big spider coming. There's a really big spider coming.
We thought you got caught
probably
by the spider.
chasing you.
I did, and I got free with a little bit of application of bright light in its eyes. And then I kicked it and I ran.
Bright light is not. It's worse.
We have to go. We have to go right now.
Cool. We're going this way.
No,
follow-
let's this way.
Nope.
Nope, we're gonna let the bees handle the spider, and then we're gonna.
And
Wait,
then
which way is
we're
he
going.
telling
He's
us to go?
pointing perpendicular to the circle. He is just inside the shadow.
Okay, perpendicular to circle means not
Pointing-
towards
no,
the
towards-
hut.
Sorry, towards the hut,
Towards the hut.
perpendicular to the clearing. I knew it was going to happen again.
I see.
So, the spiders are coming at you from the spiders.
Okay.
The hut is still that way. You guys have come off of the trail a little bit, and you can go towards the hut and not be going towards the path that whatever's coming is coming in.
Come into the sun.
I don't want to screw up my vision.
Do it anyway.
It takes a second, and trust me, you'll feel better.
Sure. He jumps out. Can we go? And then he jumps back in.
We're waiting for the tactical
Can I make an
advantage.
insight check?
Sure.
I know that
Likewise.
Thistle's not the.
Ashkar's been suspicious
Yeah.
of
Well,
Typhoon this whole
no,
time,
her
so.
wisdom's high enough.
Oh
Oh, that's good.
Oh, actually, Thistle might be a
Insight.
breadcrumb.
Oh, wait, I have proficiency in insight, so I should. That would be a 24.
My
give you
judgment
two
is
guesses.
clouded by my vague rage in his general
I'll give
direction.
you 2 guesses.
Oh, I just saw the number though.
21.
So
9. Clouded by my general feeling of rage in his general direction.
I mean, total of 3, but
he's nervous and wants to go. Maybe he's afraid of bees. He might be allergic to bees. Like that's a legitimate thing.
I mean, given they could eat him in one bite, I can't.
They
really
could
blame
definitely
them.
eat him in
Yeah.
a bite.
Yeah, they can cut down trees with their mandibles.
what's
They
a
can do
no?
it with, like,
Small ones.
Yeah, something's off. Something's very off. Something the timbre of his voice isn't quite right. And it's not just nervousness. And you think you smell a little bit of like burning.
burning?
Yep, just a little bit of char, smokiness that you didn't smell before. It's super subtle. Something's wrong.
Okay. Televere, which way are we going?
We're staying right here.
Okay. I'm going to run to the edge of the clearing.
Can I
To
hit
where-
divine sense one more time?
Yeah.
Do I feel anything from him?
No undead, no celestials. Actually, no celestial, no infernal.
No fiend. Okay.
He's just outside.
He's just in the
inside.
shadow.
just in the shadows.
Just in the shadows.
Cool. I'm gonna run over, scoop him up, and retreat because he's acting irrational, and we have a plan.
Okay,
And
cool.
I know that he is very intelligent, but we have a plan.
Roll an athletics check. He's like, excellent, let's go. As soon as you start coming towards him.
And then I scoop him up. Oh no, that's an 11. If he's
I thought it was an 11, but that's a minus. So it's a 7.
Yay!
Oh, no, sorry, wait. I'm dumb. Yeah, no.
Stop jerking my emotions right.
I'm sorry, I forgot that it's not actually Dr. Typhoon's character sheet I'm using for this.
Spoilers.
Yeah,
As,
seriously.
What's your AC?
15.
The mandibles miss you. As you run to grab Typhoon, you put your hands on Typhoon and feel that that's too many legs. That's too many limbs. And then he tries to bite you.
Can I shoot him now?
And we're gonna roll initiative.
Cool.
As his veil drops and there is a somewhat humanoid spider.
Oh,
in
right.
your
I have a
arms.
fucking crazy initiative
Arms
modifier.
tonight.
That's terrible.
I finally have an initiative modifier.
I don't have a thing to do the initiative tracker, so
I
we're gonna
don't
do this.
have even half of what my initiative modifier will be, and it's a +9.
You disgust me.
If you'll put your stuff on there, throw out a base for Oswald, and then just
And
put
we are
a
in combat mode.
dividing line, and then
Sort of curved-ish or straight?
curved.
And Thistle is.
Yep, Thistle is right at the edge of the clearing, having scooped up my good man Spider's Oswald.
If you will take
Oswald.
this handful of bees and put them out randomly.
Oh
You're
no,
supposed to
I
just
touched
yeet
the
them
thing
into
about-
the room.
Be
Can
sure
you
there are
just
3
pick that
next
up
to
and
me.
Just like move it that way.
Um,
I need that off my lap so that I can.
What are these?
these are trees.
Thank you.
You're gonna scatter these somewhat randomly across
Just
here.
Where are you?
Yeet them.
You've got your 3 bees, friends, and we're all near each other, yeah?
And then I also need in a different
So
color.
my bees to spread.
We're
There are
gonna
3
do
right here, because those are your buddies.
green. If you'll just carve me a path coming straight towards me, which is the track that you guys have walked so far.
Gonna make it 10 foot wide.
Oop, hi. Oh, damn it.
Oh, okay, so anywhere that there's a tree,
You got it on the table.
we got
Nope,
to...
that's fine. I'll get it off later.
Pull the trees out and put some trees like right next to it, and then there are no trees in the clearing. You can pull some bees closer to the edge of the clearing.
Wait, there should be 3, like, right next
Yes,
to me.
I've got
those
those.
are
Yeah, those
3.
are those 3.
These bees are just
Chilling.
buzzing around. They're not necessarily exactly where they are. There's just a
you very
lot of
much.
bees.
Jezebel, Lawrence, the third one, Irene.
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 Wow.
So,
Is there any like
By
shrubbery
name,
or anything that would be
What?
good cover to
I
hide?
don't have a
Where
good.
we-
I don't have a good scatter.
Just something that I could have been
Name.
hiding behind. Did say I was posting up.
They've been
Sort of clear
They've
cutting.
been clearing.
Cool.
There are small grass and small other things, but they've actually like pushed the snow back.
Cool.
Yeah, bees of this size must generate like a lot of fucking heat.
Oh, I'm sure
They're
that.
toasty as fuck. Can I get a pencil?
God, I love
All of my pencils are not
it.
working. Oh,
I will
hold on
want
a
it back.
second. Right there.
Yeet. Yeet.
Honey, do you mind if I draw on your tiles?
What?
I was going to write in pencil to J and
Oh, you
I...
can just take a little.
Yes,
piece of this.
you cannot write on those tiles.
Okay, fine.
You can just take.
Because these are for a game. That is not this game.
Yes, but I can
Just
Who
erase
got
it
above
with
it? Who got
pencil.
above a 20?
It's fine, don't worry about it. Mercury, if I have to put stickies on it, that will distract
Who
me.
got above a 20?
19.
That's not above a 20.
I was saying it to remind myself, not to tell him.
15 and higher.
17. And you got Telly was 19, right?
Yep.
So,
What did you get?
12.
6. I used my fancy good roll dice too, and I'm sad about that. I've tried
So,
new systems, so I roll all my dice evenly.
I rolled highest with the Shadeweave spider. So this is a spider that is reared back. It is on its back 2 legs kind of stanced out, and its front 2 legs are up, and it has just taken a swipe at you with its mandibles. It is going to make another attempt to swipe at you. So it's going to make 2 attacks. The first one is going to be a grapple.
Okay.
And
Because
then
I'm grappling it. Because I...
you weren't able to actually grapple it. Because
Okay.
it has a significantly better modifier than the -2, so it beat you.
Gotcha.
But it is going to attempt to grapple you.
Okay.
That is a... Second.
Does it have to make the hit before it rolls the
No,
grapple check?
it's just
or
going to
do I need
oppose athletics.
Okay, cool.
Or you can use acrobatics if you want to defend.
I'm going to use acrobatics. That's a 20 total.
Yeah, so it reaches forward and lining...
Plus 6.
plus 8.
So it's going to lunge forward and it's going to pull sort of shimmering like weaves of web behind it, and it's going to try and lash out and grapple you and whip them around you, and you manage to jump up out of the way. It is going to take a bite at you as well, and that is a nat 1 as you land on its mandibles, push back, and backflip and land. And then it is going to provoke an attack of opportunity as it's going to scuttle out down the path and then jump onto the tree and try and scuttle up the tree. Just
Cool.
to the, yeah,
Is Flurry of Blows a bonus action?
no, but you
No,
can
but
make an attack
yes, I can make a
as your
regular
reaction.
I'm gonna whack. No, because I was trying to grab him, so it's probably just an unarmed strike. You were gonna get Staff of Meadows next time. Well, you're not gonna get anything this time.
What's the total?
6 plus my proficiency bonus is 8 plus my dex. 12? Is that
Yeah,
right?
12
Yeah.
doesn't hit. Cool.
I usually play spellcaster.
You are the only one who can still see it. It is lost to sight from everybody else who's in the light after it goes 10 feet into the shadows. With that, it is Teller's turn.
I should have just shot him when I saw him. Should have shot him when I saw him. Should have just done it.
But did
5,
we
10,
see it turn
15,
into
20,
a spider?
25.
You did.
saw it bite
You
me.
did
30.
see it like stretched, and then it looked like a woven clothing or shawl over top of it ripped. That looked exactly like Dr. Typhoon ripped in half, and the cloth, the webbed woven cloth that was Dr. Typhoon, fell away, and it became this sort of like slightly humanoid spider.
Okay.
Rough idea of the size. Way too small to be moving and breaking trees that I saw approaching us, right?
Yes, and also too big to be Dr. Typhoon. It's roughly a medium-sized humanoid.
But still way too small. Cool.
Yes.
As I'm running up, I'm going to call, that was the small one, there's something bigger coming. And then when I get up to the edge of the shadow line there with my 30 foot of movement, can I see it at all?
You are having a very hard time. I'm going to give you disadvantage on all attacks, but yes, you can make attacks against it.
Cool.
It is there's just
bonus
enough light
action.
penetrating through here
I'm
for
going
you to
to
be able to
bonus
see
action
movement.
hide. So I'll roll stealth.
Sure.
Sort of a little bit of shrubbery at the edge of the thing. Straight roll.
Yeah, or like some of the knocked over trees parts, stuff like that. Yeah.
Straight roll is what I was looking for.
Yep.
5 on the die, so that will be a 14 stealth.
Yeah, it appears to not be paying attention to you. You're having a hard time telling.
So then I'm gonna shoot it in the ass.
Not advantage.
Disadvantage, you said, for the attack.
Flat roll because it doesn't know where you are.
Okay. Then I will roll a different die. That's an 11. With the crossbow, that's a +6. That's 17 to hit.
Nice.
17 hits.
Nice.
Okay. That'll be a D8 plus Dex for crossbows, right?
Yes. Plus your sneak attack.
Which is fucking hell. I don't play rogues. How rogue? How do
2d6.
2d6?
Yep.
How do you
You're
roll?
you're at least level 3 rogue, right?
Level 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So every odd level is an extra d6 of sneak attack.
One and one. So 6. And then plus Dex for damage is Dex mod, right? So it's plus
Yeah.
5. So that'll be 11 points of damage.
It lets out a weird, like, sort of shrieking thing. And then, yeah, it's there. Is that your turn?
Do I still have a, like, ability to say something?
Yeah.
And if you speak common, give us back our gnome. I need to kick his ass.
I'm pretty sure this was... It was not him.
Yeah. But he said give it back our gnome, not, you know.
Anyways, it is Ashkar's turn.
Yeah, I'm going to run up to the line. Can I see where it's hulking against the tree?
Yes.
Alright. I'm going to find the spell I'm looking for. Oh my god.
DM question. Has it climbed up into the tree?
It is on the side of the tree and is actively climbing up. Didn't have enough movement to go
How far up
10
is
feet
it?
up.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, it's like 5 to 10 feet up.
It's
It is
in-
within reach.
If you were standing at the base of the tree,
Perfect.
would you say it is in melee range?
Yes. You have to be, like, directly underneath it to be able to hit it like that.
Sure,
but
sure,
You
sure.
can attack it.
I just
I'm trying to take my
had
turn.
Yes.
I'm gonna reach into my pouch and pull out the little expanding metal object that you've seen me cast in the previous fight. Click it open and throw it, and it will fairy fire all over the tree and the
Excellent.
creature.
That gives me a
Nice.
saving throw, correct?
Yeah, dexterity.
What's the
Against
zone for it?
20 feet.
Radius or sphere or what?
20-foot cube.
20-foot cube centered on the creature.
Glitter bomb, glitter bomb, glitter bomb.
I've covered up my spell attack DC.
I have it. It's fine. Do you know what else happens?
Mm-hmm.
With my +3,
Here?
I failed by 1. So, all of those trees, the snow, the tree branch which is lying against the tree right there, and the shadeweave spider are fairy fired.
That will make them easy to find.
Does that
Yeah.
effect persist on a thing that failed to save once it leaves the area?
Yes, it does.
It does. Ooh, good.
It is, like, in all of my swapping spells out and preparing things, given what we were fighting, that is, like, the most important spell I have.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Does anybody have Hunter's Mark?
No.
Nope.
Perfect. It is fairy fired. Everybody has. It can no longer be invisible, and it. You all have advantage on attacks against it.
Nice.
Thistle,
Cool.
Wait, what about me?
you rolled poorly on initiative.
Oh, I thought this was already gone. Oh, right, because this wasn't.
I wasn't in combat yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Thistle had an attack of opportunity.
Yes.
Yes.
This.
So unarmored, I've got a 40-foot move speed, so I can very easily get to the foot of that
Yes.
tree. Cool. Sorry.
So
I will state this thing is fast.
This thing is fast.
This is
yeah.
fast.
Which is why I'm not gonna worry so much about.
I need to mark off a spell.
Man. Sorry, he knows where our friend. He is our best bet to know where our friend is, so I'm less inclined to beat the tar out of him and more inclined to try and restrain him.
You can always say that you're doing non-lethal damage.
Oh, yes.
Which if it kills him, it will just not.
But if I grab him, he doesn't go away. If I hit him, he has a chance to run, is what I'm saying. So, Thistle is gonna try and just jump up and grab that boy.
Sure.
Yeah. Grapple
Yeah,
is the
I
one that
grapple.
you keep him and he's like, oh no.
Immobilized.
13.
That's in athletics, right?
Yep.
That's a 6.
I have something.
Okay.
Nope.
Cool.
Not at all.
Can I use a key point to...
Would
Wait,
she have
what
had
did
would Thistle have had advantage then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Fairy Fire. It's
Okay.
not an attack,
Fairy
but-
Fire gives advantage on attacks. Instead of doing an attack as part of the attack action, you can grapple. I'm gonna say yes.
Yes? Sorry,
I'm
roll again?
gonna say yes because part of this thing's evasiveness is
Being able to be
illusions and
invisible
glamours and things.
That is
Oh,
a
it's good.
16 plus 2, that's an 18.
That beats it.
Cool. Thistle just jumps up and just sort of like grabs it and drops back down in the snow and just has it in a big ol' bear hug. I'm gonna get bit, but like...
Oh, you have it around the lower 4 legs, and the upper 4 legs just peel bark as it's just lashed onto the tree and it's trying to like kick at you and
And
squirm.
I
and it is.
turn and face my buddy.
Okay.
I'm like, have at it!
And it's like stretched out, holding onto the tree.
I don't think there's any other actions I can take while I've got my arms around this thing. No. Do I have more movement left?
Yeah.
Can you
no.
move, attack, and move?
5, 10, 15, 20,
Yes.
25, 30. Yeah.
35. You can move 1 square back.
I'll move 1 square back because that's 1 square away from the tree for
pull
it.
it off of the tree
Yeah.
and move a square back, and then you can technically you attack,
And
so
I
you
turn
can
it around.
you can bonus
we're
action
facing-
to attack again.
Sure.
You could kick it.
Just knee it in the groin from where I've got it.
Yeah.
What would you want me to roll for that? Just an unarmed strike?
It's an unarmed strike. Yeah,
Cool.
it's an attack roll against it.
And I have it grappled, so I have advantage against it, don't I? Oh no, but fairy fire anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my!
Is that a 1 and a 2?
It's
No,
two
it's a 2 and a
twos.
2.
That's
You
too bad.
It's fine. I've still
You
got
know
it
what?
grappled.
knee it right in between the legs and hit hard carapace and does
That's
nothing.
extremely valid.
There's no soft bits really.
Yeah.
Right where you hit it.
And
Anyways,
I don't have the extra
with
arms
that,
to punch it.
Honey.
Okay. Alright.
Can I just...
5,
Yes.
10, 15, 20,
Put
25.
it sideways so he's in the snow.
Okay, so I can't do what I
This
was
has gotta be behind
gonna
you.
do.
What?
Well,
Well, I grabbed him and turned to face my buddies.
Yeah.
So
fine.
he's
Go
sort
for
of
it.
like in my space and sort of
Go-
not
go
my
for it.
space.
alright, let's see if this works. I'm gonna yell at it. I'm gonna yell, "Where's Dr. Typhoon?" And then I'm gonna cast command and say, "Answer."
Ooh. That's getting the mileage for your spell.
Nice.
It's a wisdom save against 15.
That's annoying. I rolled a 14.
Nicely
Why do you
done.
like her better than me? Fancy new dice.
Because that is
it
your
It knows
life.
the superior spouse.
Ooh.
Rude.
Shade.
Peter will remember that and then not care because you're right. I mean, look
I
at you.
don't
You're
really
gorgeous.
mean it though.
Aw.
I love you.
And this is going to turn at you. It gets a sort of like sinister, like it feels itself starting to be forced to compel.
Honey is like full mom. Like,
Drop it. Drop it. Where's our friend?
And in assuming you don't speak it, in Undercommon, it's gonna say. Who
speaks Undercommon?
The queen has been given to the queen. If she has not eaten him already, you'll see him and join him soon.
anyone get that?
I think. Okay, if you ask. Yeah, he's gonna be dead soon.
Fuck!
That is the end of the. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
I mean, at this point, I think we got the information we need, so we can just.
There's a bigger one. If you can do that again.
Do I have a bonus action?
You gotta move as well.
No, I had to move from here to get
You
to
have
there.
5 feet.
Yeah,
I look
you
like
do
5
have 5
feet, so I could move into the darkness, but I'm not ready to do that quite yet.
I
You'd
move
rather
into the
catch
darkness.
Nice.
Oh, wait. I should know my spells, but I don't, so just forgive me.
You can't cast a spell again. A spell as a bonus action unless it's a cantrip.
Well, that's literally what I'm looking at
I
right
don't think you
now.
can cast 2 spells in one.
You can as long as one of them's a cantrip.
House rule.
No, that's raw. The house rule
No.
is if it's higher level.
It's an action, not a bonus action.
Right.
I have a cantrip that I could cast, but it's
Okay.
not a bonus action, so it's moot.
So, that's the end of the round. We're going to do some moving things. If you will take those 3 Manabees
Mhm.
and move them to directly behind Honey,
Yay!
and then just move all the other ones around like a space or 2. And then all of you hear some branches cracking. They're getting louder. Top of the round, it is the spider's turn. They are going to try and bite you.
Yeah, that's.
That is 5 on the dice, so that's not going to do shit.
Oh no.
And then,
I do some weird monk stuff and just jostle them to keep them from being able to bite me.
they are going to lash out with their limbs at you.
Also valid.
That is a 14 on the die, which does hit you.
No, armor class 15.
No, 14
On the die.
Oh, on the die.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It'd be
And
more helpful
that,
if you told us the finish number, I think. Because we don't know the bonuses.
that is 6 bludgeoning damage as it's just kind of like lashing out. In addition, until you clean the webs off of you, your movement speed is reduced by 5.
Okay.
It will take an action to remove the webs from you, or anytime you take fire damage, the webs will go away.
Here, I'll help. Alchemist fire.
With that,
Oh,
it
I'm on
is
fire.
Telvir's turn.
I have advantage on attacks because flanking if I'm in melee with that, and also
yes.
fairy fire.
Yes. If you will also have disadvantage because of the darkness.
So
Does the
advantage
fairy
from
fire
flank-
counter because it's
flanking.
glowing?
And
Plus-
all
Yes.
flanking?
Yeah.
So still
No,
have
no,
advantage.
Yeah. I will give you I will give you advantage for that because of specifically it being fairy fire.
Cool.
You get advantage for flanking, advantage for fairy fire, and then disadvantage for the dark.
Not quite how it stacks out, but
It does say objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius.
oh shit, I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay. No,
Yeah.
you're good.
It's
That
You're
glowing.
totally good.
That
Yeah.
whole cube.
I remembered that part.
I should have.
Crossbow sheathed, rapier out, nice pin cushion, nice stop, lunge, straight into its torso.
Just like a perfect.
Just nice
All right. Roll.
fencing instructors here. You know what? I'm gonna have fun with this. You know, like right there.
Oh,
The rapier goes through it and like past this little side. Ugh.
Right.
Let's see. So advantage
Those
on the
little, like,
die.
Looney Tune
You know what?
things
We're
where
gonna
my
do
gut
blue and
goes in
purple
and you
here.
see the rapier.
Or you like say something.
I'm
and it goes
sorry.
to
That is
here,
not cocked. That's a
It's
2
like-
and a 7.
right in the teeth.
But-
He's not aiming there.
That's a 13 to hit.
13 does not hit, unfortunately.
Well, grappling, you already have advantage.
Yep.
Rasm.
This thing's very nimble. And you're also, like, the fairy fire is helping a lot, but, like, there are, like, drapings of
It's
web.
flailing. Yeah.
There's also drapings of web hanging off of its limbs
Obscuring
that
stuff.
are
Mm-hmm.
laced with illusion magic. And so, like, parts of it are, like, still draped in the web that is the costume of Dr. Typhoon.
Gross.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, I don't have a bonus action there. Well, general sense of how close that crashing in the distance is?
Roll me a perception or survival, your choice.
Can I roll high, please?
No.
I swear, every time
9.
it matters, you.
I know, it's terrible.
It's gotten way louder.
It's gotten way louder.
That's all I can tell
Yeah.
you. With that
Um,
is Ashkar's turn if you're done.
I'm going to move
No.
back.
Will provoke.
It will not, because I attacked it.
You and your class abilities.
Right? Such bullshit. And then I'm gonna bonus action hide. Just sort of like...
Bonus action was perception.
Oh, you
I thought you were saying that your bonus action was to try and
No,
tell.
just... I was just asking for a general
that's
sense
fine.
of it. But
Yeah, roll it.
Sure.
This one, you are in the shadows and you...
Mhm. I'm out of dim light there, so I figure I'm just blind. But I figure I saw like enough a little bit to sort of try and do something.
Go disadvantage.
Okay.
But,
Sure. I'll roll with that.
yeah, go disadvantage for this. I think you're just in the space where it's massively problematic.
It's a 4. 11.
Okay.
Wow, I can see him crouching in the bush. That's unusual.
Honestly, pretty good
Sorry.
hide from you.
I can do math.
Terrible from
13.
over there. Same answer. Ashkar, what are you doing?
I'm going to move up to here.
Yep.
Ashkar's gonna pull back their fist, and once again, that gem on their gauntlet flashes blue and lightning charges up, but instead of like a cool, clear blue drippy lightning, it's kind of a steely gray, more like lightning, and they're gonna slam their fist into the spider and cast, at the same time, Booming Blade.
Okay, so bonus action, booming blade.
Mm-hmm.
All right, do it.
No, Booming Blade is an action. It's
Oh,
attack as
okay.
part of it.
Never mind. Yeah.
So that's going to be what a failure. 10 to hit.
10 does not succeed.
It's a huge shame.
Wait, with advantage?
Oh, right. Seriously! 12 to hit.
Still doesn't do it. This thing is just... You, get a solid connection with, a big drape off of one of the arms of the cloth, and it just, rips off a whole section, and it's just, stuck to your arm, and it just crackles away.
Yeah, I'm gonna
What's
stay
with
where
us
I am,
and pin cushions and not
Hoist.
being able to hit them?
hoist my shield, and I'm gonna activate my defensive field to
Okay.
gain 4 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Thistle, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna do. Can I attack while I have him grab? Well, I mean,
Yeah.
with my fists.
Yep.
Cool. I guess I just sort of do a stop hitting yourself sort of thing
Go for it.
with a flurry of blows. I use one of my key points.
You have advantage.
I do have advantage, so I make 2 on
Double
armor
advantage
strikes.
at the moment.
So first advantage, or first attack is a 16 plus something. Fuck, do you do
That hits.
And the second
Well, at least
attack
one of us knows something.
is an
Right.
18 plus stuff.
I got it once.
Also hits.
And then it's 1d4 plus my strength. Yes?
Or your
unarmed
dex.
strike?
Your choice.
Or my dex. Dex. What? I'll learn how to play a monk eventually. That's a
It's been a
4 and a
couple weeks.
2 plus 4 for each, so 4, 8, 12,
Damn.
14. I forgot how to do math at the very end there.
Yeah. It's a little
Oh, yeah, there's a solid, just wham, wham, wham. And you're starting to
Oh,
hear the
the face.
carapace crack
Yeah.
as you're starting to really nail this thing. That's your action and bonus. What do you... Do anything with your movement? Honey, you're
I
on
want
deck,
to take
by the
him
way.
back towards the bees.
Sure.
He's grappled, so my movement is halved.
So,
And I
four
also want
squares?
to, I also want to stay turned towards my friends.
Maybe for a sec. So,
See this
5, 10, 15, 20. You can get him to there.
Actually, can I stay on this side?
Sure.
Because that way you have, Ashkar has a path back, Televir has a path in,
So,
and it's right there for you to follow.
here's what I'm saying. Your hiding spot was pretty good from the one direction and terrible from the other, so
Yeah.
it's gone now.
Yeah.
Do I just
figured.
look over at you and I'm like, oh.
After they're reloading the crossbow.
As the spiders
Watching you go past.
Cool. Honey, you are up.
Wave.
I'm just gonna hit it.
It's flailing way
I'm
harder.
sort of like elbow at you.
I want
like,
to try. I want to look at one more thing. No, if I'm not gonna do that, then I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. So I'm just
the
gonna.
remote. Oh, hey.
I'm just gonna hit it. Ooh, yeah.
You have advantage.
I do.
Yeah, roll for that nat 20.
Oh,
No.
sneak attack written right there.
Okay,
2d6.
so that is a 16 plus 6 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
I can decide to pump in Divine Smith after.
You can smite now if you wish.
Oh, but that means I'm only going to have one for a final boss battle if we do that today.
I feel like we can take this guy, and also there's a larger spider coming.
Yeah, so I'm just going to fight. I'm
There's
just going to hit
always a
this guy
bigger
regular.
spider.
So that's 1d8.
Okay.
Plus anything? Plus...
For
damage?
smite, it'll be just the D8.
No, I'm not adding smite. But when you do damage, it's just the 1d8. And you don't add
plus
it'll be
your
plus
strength.
plus my strength.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't normally play fighters. So that's 8 damage.
Straight marshals are weird.
Yeah, you get a good
How
gouge.
dare you call me a straight marshal?
I'm playing a rogue. I always play half-casters.
I think that one went.
So there's a full gouge into this.
I can't believe that one went.
All right, finishing
Yes.
going on here. There's a full gouge
Yeah.
into this, and it is
Straight.
looking really rough.
Sorry.
I don't
With
think I have a bonus.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, and I'm not going to move because I'm right
Alright.
here up in its face.
The two bumblebees that are closest to the spider start to get very agitated around it, pointing at it. The other one is still kind of like bonk and just bumping into your butt.
It's
The other ones are all
Jazzy.
going to shift around. There is a lot more crashing, and Ashtar, you see a tree fall at the edge of your vision into the darkness.
That's not great.
It's a tree.
We should get back to the sunlight.
With that, it is its turn. It is going to use its action to try and break this grapple.
Okay. So that's a contested.
Yes, you have to do athletics. It has a 13.
This is
plus...
not me acting as an action, so I do not have advantage on this one this time, right?
Correct.
Based on how we've been rolling.
So 4 to 17 is your to beat.
That's a 13.
So it pushes free of you, and then it is going to sprint to the side, towards you guys.
Okay.
Do I get a attack of opportunity?
Hold on a second. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 up into the tree.
10 up into the tree, so 1, 2, 3,
It's
4,
going to go to
5,
that tree, and then it's going to go 10 feet up the tree.
6, 7, 8, 9,
No.
10.
No,
Sorry.
this tree.
No.
No.
That tree.
Yeah.
And then 10 feet up the tree.
I see.
And then it's breaking through the snow.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason it went for the other tree, and then all three of you are going to get an attack of opportunity.
Does the snow count as difficult terrain?
Yes, it
Yes,
does.
which is why I couldn't get further up the tree.
Gotcha.
You have an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
You have
And
an
we
attack of
all have
opportunity,
advantage
and you
on these
all have
attacks.
advantage on them.
Ah!
It looks very hurt.
As
What
it was
is it,
passing
damage?
me, I was the only creature next to it, and it was alone, so I get a sneak attack on that too.
Sure.
11 is an 11.
11 does not hit.
That is a.
My rapier is.
Is it Dex or Strength that I hit with?
You can choose.
I can choose.
You choose.
Cool, so that's gonna be 16, then proficiency bonus 18.
You hit?
Oh
Nice.
my god. 16 plus lots.
And
Yes.
then
That's gonna be a.
Well, hold on a
6.
second.
that's 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Just catch it with a hook as it's running.
Plus 11 damage.
Okay. May I describe how you... I'm assuming you're killing this, right?
I would actually like to do non-lethal damage. I would like to basically try and like immobilize it with how I kill it.
Can
with
I-
how I hit it.
Can I describe then?
Sure.
I think, in a moment of potentially poetic justice here, you slash across one of its legs at the knee, tripping it, and then just reach up and pull down a branch for it to go face first into it. It knocks itself out.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Nice.
It's just like not just low enough branch for you to just go
So it actually
Spray
does
him.
not get
So
past.
yeah, it's here.
unconscious there.
Oh no,
it is
that's
still
fairy
fairy
fire.
fired.
Sorry.
It is still
Yep,
fairy
yep, yep.
fired. And with that, it is Telger's turn.
I'm going to grab it, and 5, 10, 15, I think I can get with half movement.
1, 2,
It'd be
3,
3.
4. You can go.
I think I can get it to like here.
You can get out into because you are. Oh no, sorry.
Half speed if you're carrying it.
Yeah,
No, 'cause
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not grappled.
No,
You're just
you're
carrying
fine.
an unconscious
It's not.
body.
It's not fighting you. You're gonna lose 1 square of movement from moving through snow in that path.
Okay, so
like that
5,
one's broken.
10, 15, 20, 25. So
Yep.
I'm gonna get to there. And I'm gonna drag it out. When I break this tree line, does this guy react horribly to its unconscious corpse?
Oh, it jerks back at that.
But does it like go, I'm gonna fuck that up? Or does it just go, ugh?
Insight. With disadvantage, because you don't know how to read bees very well.
Bees are weird. That's an 18 and a 3. Insight 7.
It's either disgust or anger.
Cool.
Or it's hungry.
Action, rope, I'm binding the shit out of this thing. Like,
Yeah.
elbow to opposite elbow behind the back.
Sure. Done.
Great. That is my turn.
The other bee is very unhappy with that as well.
If
unhappy
it gets
with the
et,
binding,
I'm
or
fine with it.
unhappy with the
The spider. The other thing you're noticing is that the webs of like disguise and the sort of like mirage webs are starting to, in the sunlight, they are starting to light on fire at the fringes and sizzle.
Does it look like the carapace is doing it, or just
No,
the webbing?
webs.
Cool. Just the webbing is good enough for me.
Ashkar.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose bonus action hide if possible.
Now you're out in the open.
Didn't think so.
Just gonna retreat into the sunlight.
Just hide behind a bee.
Right.
And
Dive for cover under it. And the bee just...
I'm gonna pull out my crossbow and ready in action if whatever is big and moving comes into my view, I will shoot it.
All right. Thistle.
Thistle is going to step out into the sunlight, up next to, right there, and turn around. Actually, just check, look over peek over all the bees, to see wait, you did actually hide or you didn't?
No, just
Okay,
I just big bees bobbing up and down.
To confirm that the spider thing is unconscious, and then turn to everybody else and go, are we making a stand here? And pull out my staff of meadows now that I don't think I can grapple something that big, so I'm just gonna hit it with a stick instead.
Either this one's the queen, in which case it might have our friend, or it's a big fucking bad and we're gonna need some help.
I'd rather fight it in sunlight.
That too.
We might want to pull back just a little bit more then, but I will hold the front here. Can I? No, because that would be a movement, not an action. Yeah, I hold an action. If something comes close enough to hit it, I'd like to hit it.
Sure.
I was going to say I hold an action if they move back.
To dash.
Huh?
To dash and move. You can do that. You can ready a dash.
Oh, I could ready dash. If they move back and I am alone on the front line, I move back to where the new front of the line is.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you as ready to dash.
Yep. I want to stay at the front of the line because I'm a physical
Honey, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna stay right where I am. I'm gonna turn to, okay, of my 3 bee friends, I don't want one that is actively, looking at the what are my 3 bee friends doing?
The 2 of them have kind of been pushed through by Ashkar and are kind of like. The other one, which I think was.
Jesse.
No,
Lawrence.
No, it was the third one. Irene has sort of spun around a bit and recoiled back and is looking at the spider that you have just tied up.
But Lawrence and Jesse are kind of oblivious, you think?
They're more just kind of, not paying attention or whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna look at Jesse. Jesse's, they're not bright, and Jesse's particularly not bright, so I'm not gonna worry about Jesse. But I think Irene is already on alert, and I don't want to distract her from that. So I'm gonna turn to Lawrence and I'm gonna look him in the eye, and I am going to try to talk to this bee, and I'm gonna be like, Lawrence, there's something bad coming. You need to alert the hive. and talk to the like do whatever it takes to alert the hive.
This is a high DC. Give me a handle animal check, please.
Yep. You know what? No, this is shiny dice.
Would you like to use the die that's been rolling trash for me?
No, I want to use my shiny dice.
Okay.
Nope. That's a 7.
You do have inspiration.
You know what? I do want to use it. I will use the.
This is a high DC.
It's not gonna work, and I'm probably wasting this inspiration. But I
But
want
it'd
to
be
do
funny.
so bad.
Playing this situation.
Nope.
What is it?
That's an 8, so it's an 11.
It looks like it's right next to the natural 20 too.
It is right.
All right. So you
Right
you
next to the-
have to alert the hive, and Lawrence goes, and then just kind of goes bonk right into you, and just goes, and just like getting you with the antenna.
You're a sweet, sweet one. All right, and I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna like square up and like I'm with you on the front. Like I'm ready to like kick some fucking spider ass.
Yes, but I'd like to be further back into the light to kick some
All right.
fucking spiders.
Yes.
Is that your turn?
I like.
Are you readying
I wanna
an
be,
attack?
I actually want to be right on the edge of the light because I have a bunch of shit I can
Are
do.
you readying an
like-
attack?
No, I use my action to talk to the bees. I can't ready an attack.
So you just talked to the bee.
Are you gonna count that as my bonus?
Sure.
That's
'Cause
like
an
an
animal
item
ha-
interaction. It's a free action.
Fine.
Wow,
Then yes,
golden
I'm gonna
item.
ready an action.
He's a-
I couldn't remember
If
the
something
word
comes
free
in
action.
range, I'm gonna hit the shit out of it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did you call him a human being?
Oh wait, no.
Fucking
No. I'm gonna use my action to use my channel divinity to turn my sword into a sacred weapon, so that I
Good
can
first
use my charisma modifier to attack it, and
I'm going to look something up.
All right.
That is
Very
frequently
important.
my action.
for 1 minute,
It sheds dim light.
yeah,
in a
it
10-foot
shims
radius.
dim light within a 20 feet
20-foot radius.
20-foot radius.
Ooh,
Nice,
that'd be
nice,
great.
It's gonna be
Nice,
15 inside the shadow.
Fine. I just made my sword sharp
Okay.
and shiny.
So,
Very shiny.
Very shiny, very sharp.
if you'll take Irene, move it right next to you, and have the yes, and move it right next to Telvir and the spider,
I'm using the flat side as the face, yeah.
and then flip the other one around that's next to that.
I assume you mean this guy.
You don't have to worry about keeping that spider captive anymore.
It's very dead.
Oh, it's missing the top, like shoulders up, and
Are they just eating it?
they're
They're
not
ripping it to
eating it,
pieces.
Just
but they
tearing
just
it
went and are just murdering this thing. The hive buzzing gets much, much louder. That is not a 50-foot rope anymore. It is now...
Lots of 10-foot ropes.
It's now like a 30-foot rope and 2 10-foot ropes.
Yeah.
Very much dead. And the hive is going to start mobilizing. And
Are they
then
looking
from this
at
side, it is about this big, a spider starts walking in, and more spiders start flooding in from the shadows. And that is where we are going to end session.
Let
Damn.
them fight.
Do we want to take a picture of this so we have sort of
Yes.
Please do.
Alright, it was going.
Oh, wait.
Should
We stream.
We stream. We don't need a
It's
picture.
on
Yes,
here.
we do. It's a lot easier from a
is
static
true.
picture.
That is also very true.
So...
It is a lot easier
So,
from a static picture.
when
2
we
weeks.
come back in 2 weeks, which will be the somebody with
I'm looking it
access
up, I'm looking
to a
it up. I'm
calendar.
sorry. I
will
should
tell
have had
me.
it up.
Wait, it's the 10th.
I
On the
should've had it the
24th,
24th.
we will be back with some Beyond Spider combat.
The content you've all been waiting for.
Stingers and webs. Stingers and webs.
Oh, y'all are gonna. I did not expect this. Y'all are gonna make me have to stat out the Manabees now.
If you
You're
don't think that
welcome.
I'm going to be sewing a little plushie of a Manabee pup.
Oh my god, I kind of want one.
I think my mom has a crochet pattern for giant
No,
bees.
this 100% has to be a sewing project.
Okay.
So, we'll be back in 2 weeks. There will be spider minis on the board. So if you are arachnophobic, you probably weren't watching this from before, but I would check in at the break in 2 weeks if you don't want to see any of that.
Just minimize us on your phone. Just make us really tiny and we'll have to worry about it.
That's our session.
Awesome.
Hopefully we'll all be able to be at the table. Hopefully you guys will be able to save Dr. Typhoon.
Hopefully.
God, I hope so. It'd be really embarrassing if we got him killed the first night he was gone.
session 2 for the character too.
Oh
No, session 3.
So it was 3.
It was 3,
Okay.
yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, it was.
But on that note, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2
That's
weeks.
been a
See you in 2 weeks.
Tuesday.
It's been a
Tuesday.
Tuesday.